Hi. Hello and welcome back to Interstellar Mountain City, Olympus, the Lostbelt number 5. Thou art the order that corrupts the stars. Let us continue where we've left off. Section 8, Lostbelt. Dang, we're already at Section 8. Even as I gaze up at the sky, I know nothing I see there will ever excite me again. I'm not reminded of the cheeky Artemis when I see the moon, nor the aggravating Apollo when I see the sun. Even the stars are just fixed point of light, and I couldn't care less about Father Zeus's attempts to string them together into constellations. As far as I'm concerned, the sky is nothing more than a vast, inky expanse, filled with the lifeless spheres of flame that blink in and out of view aimlessly. When was it that I stopped sensing Father Zeus's love in the starry sky? When was it that night sky began to feel so far away from me? When was it that I became a cold, lifeless machine? When was it that I lost the love I once felt in my heart? Is that Aphrodite? Great Orbital Shrine, Olympia Dodona. The Machina Corridor. I swear, Beryl really knows how to make a girl, a stunning beauty, work. Glad he introduced me to a new client, of course. But I certainly wasn't expecting a contract on this scale. Toilet paper, airplanes, everything in between? Basically anything I can find that comes from proper human history is a tall order, even for me. I still can't believe I ultimately agreed to deliver an entire department store, fully stocked with merchandise and sales clerks, no less. I'm exhausted. I'd never wanted to go on vacation so badly before. Not that I can afford to take one now, given what things are like at my chosen vacation spot. To think that mighty Olympus, home base of the mechanical gods and cryptors alike, would already have lost one of its key divinities. So much for this being the greatest lost belt of all. What an absolute joke this place turned out to be. And what might you be? You were wailing too loudly to be talking to yourself, and your voice was too irritatingly shrill to be the growl of an insipid beast. Whichever it was, I don't want to hear another word. You look an painted wolf. Remember, you are in the presence of a god, so you're to conduct yourself accordingly. Oh, I'm so terribly sorry. I do hope you can forgive me. Had I known that there was a god here, and one prone to something as base as eavesdropping, I'd have spoken more softly. Oh, I'm sorry. Perhaps I have it all wrong. Perhaps you're simply distraught over losing one of your mechanical comrades. In that case, I really must apologize. I would never want to offend a customer after all. I would understand perfectly if we were talking about one of the 12 Olympians in proper human history who'd already lost the Althea they received from the primordial chaos. Seeing how, here in this Lost Belt, you're all still completely static mechanical gods who never even heard of Pantare, well, I simply would never have dreamed you'd feel anything but pity for a fellow goddess. Who was so careless as to let mere humans get the better of her? Well, well, you are a funny one, aren't you? I've never heard a woman speak so defiantly towards me, at least not when they're aware I'm the goddess of love and beauty. You're one of the gods from a foreign land, correct? I can certainly see how well you fit in with Limbo. That's very kind of you to say, but I'm afraid I must correct you on one thing. I may be an alter ego servant, but I'm not one of the foreign god's 3 disciples. Our arrangement is purely professional. Our mutual interests happen to align, that is all. Oh, really? Then whose servant are you exactly? Alright, come to think of it, I think I'd heard about servants who weren't summoned by anyone in particular. Someone once warned us there were 7 evil spirit origins that materialized on their own without anyone or anything calling for them. Wonder who it was? Rasputin, most likely. He does so enjoy giving out warnings that seem nonsensical at first, but turns out to be surprisingly helpful in the end. Still, that particular warning doesn't have anything to do with me, or at least not yet, anyway. Nor, I'm sure, does the omen of a beast have anything to do with you, oh beautiful Venus. Ah, nice, very nice. You're funny, aren't you? Well, I've never had anyone like you in Olympus before. Like Limbo, you don't even try to hide your wicked nature, but you don't just sneer for sake of it, do you? I like you. What is your name? Tam... Tamamo... Bitch, Koyanskaya. Please, just call me Koyanskaya, Venus. Very nice. I like the way you call me by my other proper human history name as well. You know, I think you and I have a lot in common. Don't you think it would at least be something close to friends? Close to friends, absolutely. But are you sure that's a good idea? What do you mean? Well, word has it the gods of Olympus protect all humans fairly, you see. Word also has it you show extra favor to the ancients, the descendants of intelligent beings from a bygone continent. Some even say you, well, love them. Oh, that. True, a Demeter did like to talk about love this and love that, but I've never gone in for that sort of stuff with humans. After all, I only oversee love, I do not engage in it. Oh my, so you're just as beautiful on the inside as you are on the outside. So you only oversee love without engaging in it? How very interesting. That's quite a difference from the proper human history one, that's to be sure. Although, interestingly, this does have the implication that this is also the same Venus that granted Red Saber, Nero, her power. Yeah, I can't just say Red Saber because that might mistake her for Mordred. I know she was called that in Extella, but yeah, I can't risk mixing her up with Mordred, so we'll just go with Nero. Yeah, Nero became a Saber Venus there because of the power of Venus, but I guess this one would definitely not do something like that. Some gods in proper human history also like to protect humans, while others like to possess them, but I never heard of one who liked to keep humans as pets. While I can't say I share your particular tastes, I do have to agree that you and I both appreciate the finer points of cruelty. In the Hanging Gardens. I didn't overhear your whole conversation, but it certainly sounded like you two are getting along swimmingly. I take it you and Coin Sky are really hitting it off then? Who asked you, Crypto? What business of it is yours who I do or do not get along with? Anyway, never mind that. There's something I've been meaning to ask you. Me? You have a question for me? Normally I'd be more than happy to expound at length about love, but I have a feeling my more modern sensibilities to be a tad too cruel for an ancient god such as yourself. Can I ask if you're, up to date on the latest beauty standards? Up to date? Why exactly would I need to update my standards? I already am beauty. Beauty is my domain. I alone would determine what is beautiful in this world. All you humans need to do is comply with my aesthetics. Do that and you'll be happy and well. Spoken like a true god. You make a good point. Some are kind while others are strict. I guess you're your strict self today, huh? Not that I've ever seen so much as a hint of your kind side. Fortunately for you, I'm curious enough to overlook your insolence, at least this one time. Remember, I said that I have a question for you. Tell me, human who calls himself Bronzino. I don't know how to pronounce that name, I'm going to be honest here, so sorry that I'm going to be ruining it pretty regularly. Tell me, human, how does it feel to have lost your Lostbelt? Huh? That is what happened, isn't it? You lost an entire ancient land of India just like that. So I can't help but be curious about how impossibly incompetent you must be to allow a miracle like that. You know, I was really looking forward to invading the Lost Belts with Zeus. I wanted to kill the Tsar of those humans who turned themselves demonic beasts, kill the goddess who kept those humans' breeding grounds running for thousands of years. I wanted to utterly destroy that uppity emperor who claimed to be Zenren. And I wanted to mash your head into paste along with the insolent, syncretic god who ate up all those other gods. Well, I mean, if, what we learned about Zeus is true, that he synced up all of his power with the other gods that were defeated, then he kind of did the exact same thing, just in a mechanical sense rather than organic. But now, Chaldea has destroyed them all before we even had the chance. It's so disappointing. You're right, I have no one to blame for my loss but myself. I'm sorry I couldn't live up to your expectations. Here, I thought you'd either cower in fear or blow up in anger, but you didn't do either. You're no fun, Pepe. Honestly, I think that's precisely why Pepe responded in that manner, specifically to deny her either of those. Well, it's a fact, I can't argue with facts. That goes for both your godlike aspirations and my own failure. But I suppose there is one thing I like to say in response. To be clear, these are just my honest thoughts. There's no deeper motive. Well, what is it? You're not very attractive, are you? Your proper human history mythological counterpart was much more charming. I always knew as Aphrodite as the goddess of love and beauty, though as Zeus's daughter, she also acted as the god of death at times. Her body was the platonic ideal of the female form. I also suspect that Ishtar, the Sumerian goddess of Venus, had some influence on her divine manifestation. But in your case, at least as you are now, well, Go on, Pepe, tell me, how do I seem to you? Speaking strictly personally, I've always known Aphrodite to have two distinct sides to her divinity, but I only see one side to you. Never mind the rigmarole. Spit it out already. How do I seem to you, Pepe? Well, unlike your proper human history self, you don't seem like you'd ever choose to marry Hephaestus. Is that so? That's not to say certain aspects of you aren't just like your counterpart in proper human history, of course. Do you know about the Trojan War, the war fought between Grecian allies in the kingdom of Troy? A war fought solely between humans? Who cares? You were partially responsible for it, even in proper human history. Won over Prince Paris of Troy and offered the Trojans your protection, along with Apollo and the other gods. Ultimately, your actions led to a massive war that brought all of Troy to ruin. Yourself from proper human history never wanted things to turn out that way, but, she didn't. Well then, she's nothing like me at all. I'd never think twice about destroying a human nation or two. In fact, I'd enjoy it. And when I was done, I'd give the survivors a big smile. I'd give them my condolences on the difficult time they've endured, encourage them to do better next time. Then I'd tell them I'd give them a reward depending on how hard they worked. And when there's only one human left standing, I'd give them a genuine smile. Yeah, I guess the Trojan War could easily be considered an accident on Aphrodite's part, but when gods meddle with human affairs, it's not unusual for things to go south like that. This quest has no battles. No, this is all wrong. No way do you show up looking like that. Where am I? Camelot? Avalon? No. This is Olympus. You gotta be. You and I have no reason to fight. Who's that? Who's singing in my freaking head? Fran, is that you? He's there, girlie. What's gotten into ya? Mordred's our friend. Don't you remember fighting that mechanical Argos together? I guess since Fran is an artificial being, they're able to take control of her. Toki, your son. Kata Kentoki, right? Hell yeah, I am. Wait, we were just going to town on yourself, weren't you? What was going on? You were doing just fine a little while ago. We finally got that Argos thing to stop regenerating itself. All we have to do is plant the goods. Boss Raiko. Toki. Boss, I need your help. We need to get these two. It's too late. There's nothing we can do. We've made a dreadful mistake. The Argos was nothing more than a decoy. We're a little more than flies lured into a web. I'm afraid I won't be able to control myself much longer either. I was able to endure it a little longer thanks to madness enhancement. Very soon, I won't be able to stop myself from attacking you. So please, Kentoki, my dear child. Right now. Don't even joke about that, boss. What have I done? Damn it, Fran, I'm sorry. I guess we're going to be fighting Aphrodite next. I hope she's a class that I can easily handle. I'm pretty sure I can use Chloe or Santa Altera against the twins. As we saw, Kentoki was my main weapon against Demeter, so... I don't know what class Zeus is, but I should be able to handle whatever it is. Nothing else, I can always throw berserkers at him. Oh good, you're up. Morning, you did great yesterday. Hello, Musashi. Right, probably wondering what I'm doing down here. I did knock a few times, but he never answered, so I got worried. Sorry. It's all good. Good morning, Musashi. Good morning. I guess still a little sleepy. Now that I think about it, you were always hard to wake up. That's fine. You did just go through a battle with an honest-to-goodness god, after all. Not to mention you almost died. I had a feeling that was the case. I guess I must have put myself a little too into it. I'm okay now, I think. You sure? As a matter of fact, Mash was right by your side up until dawn. She insisted she was going to stay with you until you woke up, but she was pretty worn out herself. So we all kind of ganged up on her to convince her to take a nap. Took a while, but eventually she agreed. And now here we are, with me checking in on you. Sorry for woke you up, I promise didn't mean to. You don't have to get up if you're not ready to, okay? I'm pretty sure your body's recovered by now, but if you still want to rest, you've more than earned it. I think I'll do just that. Go for it. In the meantime, I'll tell you what's going on out in the outside. What happened in the city after we beat Demeter. And I really did like that scene where we did finally defeat her. After how rough... The fact her first two break bars were easy put me into a false insecurity. I thought, I guess people will exaggerate how bad she was, but no, that last one... Yeah, she was just spamming all those charge skills and everything. Not to mention, she really loved to buff her own attack, which of course made it a lot more frustrating. And you really want to know? Took a quick peek outside, and it looked like recovery operations were underway. Over half the populace came back to life, and it didn't say anything in the way of dead bodies or blood spatters. I think they said something about Zeus taking over the Harvest Authority now that Demeter's gone. No wonder they call him my Almighty. As for Demeter's remains, well, a whole bunch of machines just showed up out of nowhere, disassembled her to her component parts, carried her back to the big sky shrine. It was a crazy sight, believe me. I wish you could have seen it. The way things were going, I bet the whole district would have been new in a few days. Oh, that does sound amazing. It was. Fighting might be our only option, but that part was still incredible. Anyway, how tough was Demeter? Talk about a worthy opponent, huh? She totally could have kicked our asses if we didn't have Canis' Firebird going all whoosh, not to mention the Alliance and Chaldea's secret weapons. Me, on the other hand, well, I was kind of useless. Guess I should have known it wouldn't be easy to cut through a hunk of metal that huge. I only pulled off in Russia because I was super focused. It's a whole different story when you're up against a solid mass machinery. Just goes to show that some things can't cut even from the void. Honestly, it makes me wonder if anything an empty sword even can cut. I can see the zero that lies beyond the void. I know that's my ultimate destination, whether it's proper human history, Musashi, or me, but... Well, I'm so glad you were there, Musashi. Hey, really? I'm really glad you're here. I tend to fall into bad habits really easy, you know? That's why I need someone like you who's got their act together, counting on me for help. Oops, sorry about that. Guess that means time for breakfast. Like they say, you can't wage war on an empty stomach, and breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Plus, Masha will be waking up soon. I bet she'll be waiting in the cafeteria. Come on, let's go. Senpai, you're up. Good morning. Oh. You look so much better than you did yesterday. You really are back to your old self again, aren't you? Oh, thank goodness. Don't worry, I'm fine now. And starving. Right. Ah, there you are. Yes, you look quite alert for having just woken up. Good, very good. Fortunately, the demi-servant there has already briefed me on your current situation. Congratulations on your recovery. Interestingly, it would seem the medical facilities of this Alliance base are truly exceptional. While we do have healing mystic codes of our own, they alone would not have been enough to save your life. Indeed, Olympian technology deserves all the credit for your continued survival. I am, of course, kidding. It's actually proper human history magecraft. Specifically, healing spells designed for people from proper human history that the Alliance heroic spirits left behind. So they really saved us in more ways than one. Indeed, if it had not been for both the 7-link Spirit Ken and their advanced healing spells, there was an excellent chance we would not be here right now. May I go on now? It's still the matter of you falling asleep at the beginning of our teleconference, but under the circumstances, I will of course overlook it. Excellent work yesterday. Now that Demeter is gone, we've taken a significant step forward in our goal. Good morning, breakfast is on the table. I know you should be physically recovered now, but you still need to eat your strength. Sorry for serving the same food as yesterday. Neither my sister or I, nor I, are much for cooking. You speak for yourself. I like cooking just fine. I even took a course for it, remember? Yeah, 2,000 years ago. Come on, sister, you and I both know you haven't really cared about food for the last few hundred years. And that line about needing to eat to replenish your strength? Well, you haven't said anything like that in age 10,000. Don't be silly. Oh, come on, Macarius, not in front of our guests. Can we summon these twins as servants instead of the Dioscuri ones? These feel a lot more interesting and a lot more engaging as characters. I'll have a breakfast later, thank you. Okay. Adela Macarius, you're truly certain about this. If we succeed in cutting down the Tree of Emptiness, you do realize you two will... You don't need to worry about us, Director Gordolf. Yeah, we're just as dedicated to the Destroyer Alliance as anyone, and we know exactly what's at stake here. I see. In that case, I have nothing more to say. Yeah. So, you two are the utopian humans who never age a day. There may be significant differences in your lifespans, but seeing how empty you seem to be, I can't help but be reminded of the homunculite. I think that's enough for now, Director. Right. Now then, since you're only just joining us, let me... Here, fill you in on the Stormwater's status. Captain Nemo is still recovering, so while my technical advisor technically is too... Hey, morning! Hey, aren't you supposed to be recovering? Well, come now, it's just a short talk. So, are you getting enough sleep? Do you have breakfast yet? You might not be too hungry right now thanks to the load you put on your nervous system, so just take your time getting the nutrients you need. Basically, you have to overload your body to use the black barrel. Since you were connected directly to it when you loaded with a command spell, the recoil must have been intense. Believe me, I noticed. I mean, it's no surprise it took a hell of a lot out of you, seeing as how it let you take down a god with one shot. Command spells might be incredible sources of compressed magical energy, strong enough to control heroic spirit, that is, ghost line or materialization, but there's still not enough to fire the black barrel at full power. Then you mean? Like I said before you fired it, the black barrel places a much heavier load on your body than any normal command spell, and that's just a single shot. Trying to fire it in rapid succession would very easily kill you. Firing consecutively without giving yourself time to recover in between has a very high risk of inducing heart failure, oh my. And it would also put MASH out of commission since she's directly linked to the Ortonax when firing it. So basically, try to fire it more than once and you all die. Be careful with it. Gotta have to do my best not to have to fire it more than once at a time. Good, the key takeaway here is mainly be very, very careful about how and when you use it. Well, we just have to be sure it's not... Well, we also have to make sure if the odds are in our favor or not, because if it can do that even once, then we may have to make sure to only fire it once, but that still means it can still fail. Like, if it only has a 1 in 100 chance of doing it, then only firing it once minimizes the risk, but still 1 out of 100 anytime it's fired. Okay. I don't want to do the math wrong like in Story's Path of Destinies, where it did have a 1 in whatever chance, and I still end up rolling poorly. Because wouldn't that be my luck? I didn't stream that one though, so it might be easier to compare it to the Russian roulette minigame in Zero Escape 3, Zero Time Dilemma, because that one, I thought that one was scripted, but no, it turns out that is actually based on actual probability, so I just happened to get quote-unquote lucky there. Oops, got a little dizzy there, can't believe I almost fell down over nothing. Nothing, my foot. I swear, you even realize how hard you pushed yourself putting the black barrel together. And that's not even getting to how you were already worn out to begin with. Enough is enough. For the time being, you need to dedicate yourself solely to recovery. Is that clear? Okay. Vinci, I didn't realize you were working yourself so hard to help us. Please take it easy for a while, Da Vinci. This is nothing compared to what you two are going through, but okay, I'll try. You'd better. Alright, that's enough from the technical advisor. Now, let's keep bringing each other up to speed, shall we? Mash, this may be with someone unseemly, but did you know who would come in handy? I actually think I don't know what you mean. Oh, come on now, the terrifying helper I waited to send your way until the time was just right. We may be enemies, but for now you can trust us to Canis. Just do your best to stay on good terms, so we can continue making use of... Good use of what? I mean, good useful steps towards recovery, that's it. And anyway, the important thing is that you're all getting along. Oh sure, get along great. How's the saying go? Closer you are with someone, the more you fight. Fo. It's Canis. Good morning. Hey, morning pleasantries, huh? Kinda laid back bunch, aren't you? We make it a point to make ourselves feel at home wherever we go, so how are things with you, Canis? A little sluggish since I'm low on magic energy, but I'm okay otherwise. Better now that we smashed Demeter's face in. Good morning, Canis. So you're the one of the Argonauts in proper human history. I appreciate you helping us against Demeter, but does that mean you're going to join Alliance? Huh? How do you think? Hey. Yeah, does you need my seal of approval or something? Hell no, I'm not here to be friends with any of you punks. I'm just here to help and repay my debts, both to you and to Kusteria. Oh? But don't forget, that only lasts until my debt's paid. As soon as it is, we're going to go right back to taking each other out. Glad to have you with us for as long as you're around, Canis. Good. Best of luck going up against those hunks of metal, you're gonna need it. Interesting. I was aware the Master and Mash frequently accomplished their goals with help with allies made along the way, but I didn't know our new director shared that same trait. Alternatively, there may simply be something about Chaldea that naturally attracts people of that particular temperament. As much as I enjoy the flattery administrative advisor, be warned it won't affect your bonus. Where was I? Oh yes, the Black Barrel. Just because you've had the conceptual weapon fit into the Ortonax Mash doesn't mean you should use it lightly. Remember, you still ultimately need the command spells to fire it. And since you already used one in your battle against Demeter, that means you can only fire the Black Barrel 2 more times. Remember that. Only 2, huh? That's not very many at all. Indeed, it isn't. And don't forget, we can't replenish your command spells even if you make it back to the border. The only way you'll be able to restore them is to return to Chaldea Base and connect yourself to a few magical reactors, as usual. Ah yes, speaking of which, what is the storm border status? Are you still completely defenseless? Well, you should ask, since you're the one who left us high and dry in the first place. Yes, needless to say, we're still very much completely defenseless. I wish you could send us a heroic spirit to help us out, but I know that's just plain not possible right now. In the meantime, we'll be laying low as we wait and hope your plan succeeds. Besides, I'm sure Captain will wake up soon, and when he does, I can ask him to defend the border with the best of his ability. Without exasperating his condition, of course. Rest assured, I prepared to bargain with as many soft, buttery croissants as necessary. Something on your mind, Makarios? I was just thinking about how we could get you guys back to your ship if you need to go there. You said made an emergency landing in the western frontier zone. Is that what you call this area? Anyway, yes, that does sound right. Gotcha, never mind then, there's no safe way to get there. Sorry for getting your hopes up. Does that mean there's a safe way to get to the other zones? Oh, yes, there is. Yeah, we can use the underground infrastructure. Won't let us go everywhere, but it can get us to a lot of places. I see, I'll have to remember that. Hey, Mustache. Yes? If you only need to move one person around, I can take him myself. Having authority over the sea means I also have the power to navigate it. Basically means I can cross any border, Lostbelt or not. But hey, it's up to you. Besides, I'm not gonna lie, it can be a rough way to travel. The authority to cross borders. So it was Poseidon's gift that allowed you to freely move between the Lost Belts. Well, either that or Yukari from Toho. Do not say that name. Ah, yes, I do beg your pardon. I'm afraid I'm one of the sorts who must think out loud to put their thoughts in order, you see. Fo. I don't give a shit why you do it. Say it again, I'll take you out then and there. Duly noted. May I say something now? It's safe to assume we're all just about up to speed. Although, I never thought every heroic spirit who got here before us would already be gone. I'm afraid so. But hey, at least you met with me. Don't worry, I got this. How? There's only one of you. Then again, no, I suppose Miyamoto Musashi is an extremely powerful heroic spirit. Yeah, if I remember right, she's the most powerful single-target saber in the entire game. Plus, we have Canis on our side as well. Black Barrel's destructive force is truly remarkable. We also have local allies providing us with a safe haven. Looking at everything we have going for us, I know I should be happy, but I still can't get over it. The instant we kill Demeter, Zeus just swoops in and takes over authority like it's no big deal. Not only that, he's already got the South District back on its feet after it was completely destroyed only yesterday. How could he be so powerful? Yeah, he's basically just like Arjuna Alter, despite their insistence. Oh, come on, General Gaul. Oh, cheer up. These guys are as golden as golden gets. You might have tried to slay the gods, but they actually pulled it off. Exactly. You already have been throwing up your hands up in air cheering, not staring at the ground and shit. Allow us to introduce ourselves again, Director of Chaldea. We are the God Destroyer Alliance, or rather the A built from its remains. Oh wait, Kentucky Mordred, friend Raiko. So these powerful heroic spirits working together still weren't enough to defeat Olympus? Alright, which one of you phases installed a Fran persona? How are we gonna tell him everything we need to tell him like this? There's certainly never a dull moment with the second squad around. Alright, I think this Nikola Tesla persona had best take it from here. Tesla wasn't exactly a wallflower himself, you know. Just let it go, Macarius. We'll never get anything done if we point out every little thing like that. Never imagined we would get new reinforcements and weaponry at this point in the game. Seems things are looking up for the Alliance. Now then, let's resume the operation in earnest. Let me be clear. This is not a problem of plan for defeating the individual. This is a plan to bring down the main one. The so-called omnipotent Zeus himself. You really have a plan to defeat Zeus? Fo. That's what I'm talking about, waiting to hear how the Chaldeans are going to take a fight to an seemingly omnipotent god. This is so much fun, don't you think, Canis? You're dragging me into this. I think fun even enters the equation while I'm stuck with you morons. We're not friends. No, don't be like that. Ours may business relationship, but that doesn't change the fact we're still fighting together. Besides, don't you love throwing caution to the wind and fighting battles against impossible odds? I think I'm the same kind of head case as you. I don't hate him. I don't hate impossible odds, but I'm not a freaking fan either. My fun's in absolutely crushing my enemies. I have no interest in a fight I know I can't win. Really? Then why don't you come over to our side, I'm betting you'd actually love fighting against the impossible odds as much as you love completely demolishing your enemies. Don't worry, I get it. I'm exactly the same way. Didn't I just say I'm not a head case like you? If you two would be so kind as to bond over your shared lust for battle at a later time. AI, may I ask exactly what it is you have in mind? As I recall, the 7-link heroic spirit cannon was a one-time only option. Or saying you have something else on hand that can bring it down on a deity? I remember hearing something about a summoning circle. Golden, that's it exactly, boss. Our last option for taking down Granddaddy Zeus himself is to use a great summoning circle to summon a major VIP ally. So not just any servant, a great summoning circle. So you mean a spell designed to summon a heroic spirit? That's the one, though it's going to be a little different from the Chaldea-style summoning you might be used to. Now, let me tell you how you're going to go about summoning the VIP. A whole bunch of heroic spirits from all walks of life put their heads together to come up with a foolproof, timeless method. See, chain reaction summons happen pretty easily in Lostbelt and Singularity, so we figured all we need to do is give that process a nudge in the right direction. The result is the greatest summoning circle I'm about to tell you about. We call it the God Destroyer Grand Class Designation Summon. This right here is our ace in the hole. A Grand Servant? Are you freaking serious? I know shit about Magecraft, and even I know a Grand Servant's a big freaking deal. A Grand Servant, the kind of unbelievably powerful that's only summoned by the true heroic spirit summoning ritual the Rail War is based on. A Grand Servant, the kind of unbelievably powerful that's only summoned by the true. Yeah, Super Orion was in the last chapter, and we certainly encountered them before, like with Orion and First Asan. And even so. But yeah, we've never summoned one on our own. Right? Super golden, right? You see, is there plans to summon a Grand Servant here to Olympus, like how Orion was summoned to Atlantis? But then, does that mean the conditions to summon a Grand Servant are in place? Bofo? So cool, so golden, oh yeah. Grand Servants are simply dubbed servants, but since servants are themselves are already extremely powerful familiars, a Grand is just that much stronger. Ooh. It looks like the Kentucky AI has fallen into a so cool loop, so I think I'd better take over. The summoning spell uses multiple summoning circles at various points across the sky. Yeah, I think I mentioned it before, but Raiko here is actually the OC of the artist that drew the servant. So basically they managed to sneak their OC into the game, disguised as Raiko. Interesting. The summoning spell uses multiple summoning circles at various points in the city. What's more, it also uses a certain device to ensure the target, a figure who would normally be unsummonable, is called forth in this world. We call it the Grand Summon Article. Lancer? In mage terms, I suppose you could call it a mystic code, or perhaps a catalyst. King Arthur's Lancer for spirit origin. Buffo? King of the Storm, the avatar of the wild hunt that was seen during the 4th Singularity, so there's yet another powerful heroic spirit here at one time. The Electric Professor, a Lionhead Professor in Blavatsky. He had designed the article and the collaborator built it. As for the Great Summoning Circle, last we heard its components are still being set up in each area. Unfortunately, the machine gods defeated us before we could see the operation through the end, so we are trusting all of you to do so in our stead. Destroy the gods and save humanity. There are 7 summoning circles that make up the Great Summoning Circle, and the heroic spirits managed to set up 4 of them, which still leaves 3 to go. We can no longer help slay the gods ourselves, unfortunately. We end up falling to the mechanical gods before the Great Summoning Circle and Article were complete. But now, they're here gathered here once more and only 3 circles left to go. Sounds to me like a mission worth risking one's life over, don't you think? What do you think? Ah! So he's all about admitting this guy ended up killing us, huh? I don't know who that is, but at least he's honest. I say, am I the only one who finds the idea of an AI actively assigning us a dangerous mission somewhat unsettling? Oh, stop that, Mr. Tesla. You should know by now not everyone's so eager to push themselves to their limits. I'm sorry if we didn't convey it well. We're not trying to give orders, we're only providing information. Whether you act on it or not is up to you guys. While we're on the subject, here's where the remaining summoner circles need to be set up. This is Olympus's East District, and these 3 points of light are where the last 3 summoning circles need to go. The other 4 points of light are the ones we've already finished setting up. As of now, neither machine gods nor the people of Olympus have noticed the existing summoning circles. Or if they do, they don't care. They better not after all the trouble we went to hide them, not to mention the collaborator. The collaborator. I still think it might be Wodime. I see, so the Operation God Destroyer was forced to be suspended partway through. I suppose this is no time for half measures. We have Chaldea will pick up where the Alliance left off. And I'm saying that in front of everyone here, heroic spirits included, even you, Canis. Huh? Canis, would you continue to aid us? Please, we need your help. Shut up, you think I don't know that? Look, there's no way you three, Chaldea's servants alone, could possibly take down the gods. Right, good. Now then, we've decided our next course of action. We will complete a great summoning circle, thereby preparing our final showdown with the King of the Gods. That means we'll need to make our way to Olympus' East District. I'll disguise a command spell so the locals are none the wiser. So this will be a covert mission now. Good luck, Mashnaux. We'll do our best. Didn't I just tell you to get some rest, technical advisor? Fine, fine, take a moment to say goodbye, but that is all. After this, I want to go straight back to sleep. No ifs, ands, or buts, is that clear? Yes, teacher. And don't call me that. I'm never going back to the clock tower, not even if they were to beg me. Given how big of assholes mages are, and believe me, this franchise loves to hammer it into you how big of assholes mages are, I genuinely don't blame Gordolf for that. Section 9. Initiating God Destroy, or Alliance Base Underground Transfer. Huh? Oh, they're moving the underworld itself. Yeah, they're moving the entire base. Yeah, why? Whoa, everything's shaking. This is riding in elevators like? This base was originally an all-purpose maintenance vehicle for underground infrastructure. You know, the kind that goes around fixing whatever needs it. We could also walk around underground corridors, but they're really hard to navigate and it would take forever. Of course, we're willing to spend a few days to get to our destination. It could work. What do you want to do? Yeah, let's not even bother with the walking. Good call. Besides, Sister and I wouldn't even be able to contact you in the East District if we stayed here. Anyways, it shouldn't take us long to get there at this rate. Just be careful you don't lose your footing. Man, never would have even thought to try moving the entire place. Sounds like it's old hat to you guys, but Olympian tech is amazing to me. It's Atlantis, not Olympus. Atlantean, I mean. At least that's what I've heard. I don't know if it's true. They say our ancestors originally came to Olympus from the continent of Atlantis about 10,000 odd years ago. That's also why we think the Second Machia may have played a part in Atlantis' destruction. Unfortunately, we don't know anything for sure, as all the records to that time were lost long ago. Fofo. If I understand, as in the mythical continent. Yeah, that's right. The continent of Atlantis is one of proper human history's most known legends. There was once a prosperous empire rich in natural resources, but over time its people lost respect for the gods and rule of law, so the gods punished them by flooding the empire, sinking the continent into the sea. At least that's how the ancient Greek philosopher Plato described it to his two dialogues, Timaeus, and Critias. Oh! It's one of many flooding legends that have been passed down through different civilizations, like Mesopotamia. The flood of Atlantis is said to have taken place around sometime 9000 BC, but the theory of continental drift claims otherwise. If we assume that all our current continents were originally a single landmass, then there's no place where the mystical lost continent would fit. At least that was the operating theory as of 100 or so years ago. That said, I doubt the discovery of plate tectonics has done much to advance Atlantis' cause. Furthermore, given there have been exactly 0 discoveries of Atlantean artifacts, the sole historical record for its existence Plato's writings. However, that does leave one question unanswered. Right. What if it really did exist, but in a way that was completely unlike any other continent we know about? I can't deny its possibility. Especially now that we know it's possible for something to exist without leaving behind a single trace. Yeah, if I remember right, there's actually some evidence that while Atlantis might have existed at one point, it's actually a lot closer than most would think. Let's see here. Because it's basically just another one that was... Let's see here. Let's see here. Yeah, well, the idea of it being mystical is probably there. Odds are it's Let's see here. I'm trying to look it up here so I can bring this up because I think this is actually interesting. Basically, there's some islands around in the general area of the Mediterranean Sea that are thought to have been what Atlantis was, and thus that would mean it was just another nation that was eventually destroyed, and then a new one that was simply built on top of it. Yeah, the proposed locations are usually in or around the Mediterranean Sea. It's probably one of the islands there, yeah. Well, actually, there's a handful of locations. Yeah. So while it's highly likely that Atlantis is indeed fictional, it's also possible that it was simply referred to a place that was since destroyed and a new nation was built on top of it, as typically tends to happen. Namely, the realm of mystics. And that's not all. There's also the very act of using magecraft to materialize a servant. While the existence of most things can be proven with physical evidence, the same cannot be said of mystics. In which case, right, if what they told us about the mechanical gods is true, precisely, the gods of Olympus could have arrived on the continent of Atlantis a long time ago, thereby bringing civilization to prehistoric people. Though, of course, in that case, those events would be more akin to the work of Jules Verne than they would of Plato's Timaeus and Critias. Good grief, and practically see Sir Doyle's face grinning in delight. Yeah, but the Mediterranean, yeah. It says here the Mediterranean Sea is usually the one, although Atlantis being in the Atlantic Oceans where a lot of pop culture likes to place it. It's actually kind of interesting to look through all this, although yeah, like Sherlock says, there's really no artifacts that proved it actually existed, so it could indeed just be a fiction. Yeah, I want to bring that up because I thought it was pretty cool. Hope you don't mind my little tangent there, looking stuff up, even if it was just a wiki article or whatever. As in Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, prestigious Arthur who immortalized your exploits. Novel form. I've read every book he's ever published. I've seen the movies, well, at least the ones you're in, Holmes. Still remember the first time I saw the Granada version like it was yesterday. Fun something I'll gush about something you love, huh? Yes, thank you, Master. Haha, you're too kind, Miss Carolite. I hope I get a chance to tell Sir Doyle what dedicated I only hope I get a chance to tell Sir Doyle what dedicated fans he has. Now back to the subject of Atlantis, this has been a most fascinating discussion. Depending on when this Lostbelt first came about, this could mean the entire mythical continent of Atlantis truly did exist on Earth. Yeah, I guess even if Atlantis was just another name for an island or country that's since been replaced, that still means it might as well be fictional, given, you know, it's a very popular one for pop culture to go to whenever they need a lost location, have advanced stuff, or just mystical stuff. The same were true in proper human history. There would surely be some trace or physical evidence pertaining to the continent sinking. Such an event would have affected the topography of the planet. No doubt someone would also have discovered something along paleomagnetic lines as well. And in proper human history, there's not one piece of evidence the continent of Atlantis ever existed. Yeah. No evidence of the entire continent's existence. By Jove, that's it. It may not be a proverbial smoking gun, but I've got the collateral evidence we need here. Holmes? I beg your pardon, this is only a hypothesis, but I do believe I've solved the riddle. If we assume the legendary continent of Atlantis truly did exist in proper human history, we can now say with a fair degree of certainty what it truly was, and it's no great mystery. Take a look around. Where are we standing right now? Alright, Olympus. Precisely. And as you all know, we're currently standing on a small part of the interstellar mountainous city of Olympus. And what, pray tell, is the nature of Olympus's existence? Oh, I get it now. It's not a natural landmass, it's a mysterious, enormous, artificial structure. It's essentially a virtual continent built inside of a supernatural hollow space with advanced technology well beyond the scope of proper human. Right you are, Miss Carlisle. Granted, this is a most preliminary theory that may well change as more information comes to light, but nevertheless, I must say I never dreamed this adventure of ours would involve me deducing the existence of Atlantis. Ooh, now I get it mostly. Basically, Olympus and Atlantis are both pretty impressive, yeah, I get it. But mostly, I mostly got it. Definitely, Somehow I'm not convinced you really get it. Yeah, this is the meme. Oh, yeah, I get it now. Doesn't get it at all. Poke, poke. By the way, there's something I'm meaning to ask the two of you. It's about the underground infrastructure we're using for transport as we speak. Sure, what is it? You said this whole underground was safe because it used to be Hades' domain or something, right? I was just curious the full story. Was Hades one of the god who was killed in the 4th Machia, right? Yes, that's right. All the gods who fought for coexistence between human and god were defeated and destroyed during the Olympia Machia, and Hades was one of them. After the wars, Zeus ended up taking over the domains of every god they defeated. That, along with enslaving Poseidon, gave him full control over the entire Sea of Atlantis. It was a different story for Olympus' underground infrastructure. Hades decided to take his own, and the resulting explosion sealed off his underground domain. Thanks to that, the underworld became a dark zone nobody could easily touch. Nobody except those who were allied with Hades and the faction fighting for his coexistence. Now I gotcha, that explains it. I always found it strange how an all-powerful deity like Zeus knows everything on the surface, but can't seem to do anything when it comes to the underground area. It's pretty much down to luck that things worked out this way. As ships, Hades and Zeus were both based off the Titan Cronus. As gods, I put them in the same class of deity, so even when Zeus became omnipotent, he'd still need to allocate almost all of his power to seeing everything going on in the Dark Zone. And right now, Zeus is using most of his magical energy to keep Olympus and the Tree of Emptiness, Magellan, up and running. Then you're saying this is a weakness we can take advantage of. That's right, we believe that's where our hopes of victory lie. Oh, everything's just shook again. Damn, must have fallen asleep. We're there already? Yeah, the base is done moving along the underground. Let's go up the surface. Be with you this time since it's a covert mission. Oh! Eek foe! Ah, there you go again. Didn't I tell you not to jump on my sister, you big squirrel? Cute boy, cute girl, and cute animal all together. You love to see... That thing's not really a squirrel, right? Yeah, for anyone who doesn't really play this game, foe is actually... Its true identity is Cath-Palug, an Arthurian creature from Arthurian legend. Although, since he's here, he's lost pretty much all of his power, and is basically just a familiar under the... working under Merlin. And, of course, it doesn't like Merlin, so... shenanigans ensue. Alright, try not to get yourself killed out there. There's no way in hell I'm gonna play pretend, so you guys knock yourselves out acting like idiots you are. I'll hang around in my spirit form in the meantime, try to pop out and things turn violent. Oh? What? What do you mean by play pretend? Oh, yeah. It means you need to be careful on your choice of words. The surface of Zeus's scans will catch you. Oh yeah, you said something about that when we fought Demeter. Yeah, that's right. Now then, we need to get our cover story straight. Got it. That's Musashi. You three will be our distant relatives from the very edge of South. As for you, Holmes, no need to worry about me. I'll stay close to my spirit form as well. Ooh, I call the older sister role. I always wanted a couple of cute siblings of my own. Guess you'll be the other big sister, Mash? Oh, you want me to be the middle child? I was hoping I could be the youngest. And you could be my big brother, Senpai. Alright, we'll go with that then. Phew. I presume there's a risk our conversations may be eavesdropped upon on the surface? Basically, catch on quick, don't you? It has been said. It's not really eavesdropping, though. It's more like he's listening to everyone says. They say it's because Zeus himself watches everything we humans do, that he's protecting us. I see, so you live in a state of constant surveillance. Oh. Zeus might be able to see everything that happens above ground, but he can't actually tell individual people apart. It's like how we humans can't tell individual ants apart, or at least that's how I think it works. Oh, fascinating. That would certainly seem to lend credence to the AI's belief Zeus is exceptionally powerful, but not truly omnipotent. However, his hearing is a different story. He listens to every single conversation people have on the surface. It means he's able to meaningfully hear and comprehend the utterances of 10 million people down to the cent simultaneously. I can scarcely imagine such immense data processing must be like. Small wonder he has so little difficulty traveling the universe. Such incredible multi-purpose functionality would certainly make him appear omnipotent, even if he's not truly so. Well, he's not a god for nothing. Not to mention this is Zeus we're talking about. He does a bunch of things that'd be impossible for humans to pull off. Fo. Most impressive, it sounds as though he's essentially Olympus's one god Echelon program. Oh, I've heard of that. That was a kind of super surveillance system a few countries colluded on, right? No, Miss Ma. Echelon was never anything more than an urban legend. It's no different from the purported devil at the crossroads or a serial killer under your bed. Then again, perhaps the devil at the crossroads is more of a mystic than Echelon? Well, no matter. It's still the same broad category. But the same is not true for Zeus. His surveillance mechanism and control are unabashedly present in all aspects of life here. I took Olympus for Utopia, but in fact its control its government wields over its people is far greater than any we've seen yet in a Lostbelt. No wonder the division between coexistence and ruling was so great it led to a full-blown Machia. You're starting to understand what things are like here. So, then we can get going now? Good. Let's get this great summoning circle operation underway. Everyone ready? Seeing how these soldiers ran the last time, look, they came from the East District. I'm guessing we'll be for an especially rough time here. Let's be ready. Thank you, Musashi. But we were actually hoping to stop by our house before we begin the operation. You two used to live here? We forgot something there and we need to get it. Yeah, we have to postpone the start of the mission. I'm sorry, we should have told you sooner. Oh. Seriously? Screw that noise, I'm taking a nap. Wake me up whenever you finish whatever stupid crap you're gonna do. So you're gonna camp out just like that? Well, I guess I'm not one to talk. What are you, dumb? Don't you know it's dangerous for one to camp out by herself? Ah, really? You're still gonna lecture me on that? Adele, can I ask what you forgot at your house? It's something we're all gonna need. The last time we used it, we messed up the timing and our whole squad got wiped out. Your entire squad? Okay, no problem. Let's start by getting this thing you forgot. Right, Master. Yeah, because humans did work with the gods during the Fourth Machia. So this is Olympus's East District. There's so many statues as big as skyscrapers here. The city itself is so elaborately designed. It's also filled with a gentle sense of beauty everywhere I look. We can see giant statues in the art district. This is your first time coming to this part of town? Oh, right. After some more backstory about being from the countryside won't work anymore. No, of course not, but it's been long enough that I couldn't help but get a little worked up. It's always impressive to see them again after a long absence. Woof. Oh, woof. Don't mind me, just ordinary everyday doggo. Who's a good boy, Plato? Yes, you are. Woof, woof. Good, it doesn't look like anyone's paying attention. As I may notice, Vinici's disguised kits must still be working as intended. Seems like they're affecting Musashi too, just as we hoped. Long time since we've been here too, hasn't it, Plato? Oh, he was a good boy. Cold shoulder. Fun of playing around. Our home sweet home isn't much further from here. Yay. Why don't we head back to the house and take a breather before we look around the city? You guys could use them after all the hard work you've been doing. Plus, I think Sister has been looking forward to cooking something for you. Can't say I'm looking forward to myself, but Arios. Okay, I want to have your cooking for the first time in a long time too. Happy now? I swear, a few hundred years without cooking anything, and now you can't wait to get back in the kitchen. Of course, you know we're gonna see our distant relatives forever. Nice to make them feel welcome, right? Yeah, yeah. Oh, whoa. Ah, it's got into Play-Doh. Beautiful people doing a little back and forth. Stop that play. Oh, it's rude to growl in public. Hey, it's Makarios. Look, Adele's here too. Oh yeah, they're both back. It's been so long. Ooh, they even got a dog. At least I think that's a dog, right? It's so cute. You guys been this time? Oh yeah, you're traveling around Olympus now, right? I think we're at the South District last, right? Things are pretty bad down there. Are you okay? Did you get caught in the crossfire? Fine, thank you, but it's scary seeing the city in such disarray. You guys been doing okay while we've been away? Oh yeah, we've been having Ambrosia, and we're doing great. For you two, have you been okay? Yeah, we're fine, thanks. This Ambrosia's still being distributed, even now that Demeter's gone. This means Zeus has taken over Demeter's role, even while he's still pouring magical energy into Olympus and the Tree of Emptiness. Just how much magical energy does he actually possess? So you guys see the Chaldeans while you were in the South District? Demons want to destroy... Again, I'm pretty sure demons are not from the Greek pantheon. They must have been introduced to this world later. They look scary. Beats me, we never saw them, so we had no idea. See, one's got a demonic blood red mark. We just got his command spells this time, so it should be okay, I think. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised they weren't covered to begin with. I mean, would it have been that hard to even just use some foundation? So who are these people? Are they friends? Are you guys from the South? Did you see the Chaldeans? The guy with black hair? Nope, afraid not. Huh? Hey, they're not gonna come here, right? I want all of us to hate them. Wish there's no such thing as bad people. Yeah, me too. That's okay, we'll be fine. Just show up, our dad will take care of him, because you know what? Our dad's a soldier. Pretty cool, right? Stupid Chaldean. Dad takes care of them all. Yeah, they should just leave us alone. I don't know if I agree with that. Chaldeans do bad things, like some bad guys, right? Queen Europa even said so in her dress. The bad guys, they should definitely die. Suppose that? See, I think they're bad and they should die. It might be a little too simplistic. Nothing else, I think it'd be good for us to find out why they are the way they are. Like, are they really destroying the world? Are they really evil? Who knows? Maybe they got their own good reasons. There's some larger truth driving their actions they have to come to terms with. And we don't want to be here. On Olympus, but that's the right to do. Don't imagine things like that, you know? Especially if it doesn't cost you anything. Pretty tough. If that was the case, I don't know how I'd feel about it. Yeah, me neither. Wait, hang on. Still do bad things if you have a reason doing them, right? Yeah, that's true. You're not wrong there. But don't forget, there's nobody in the world that never makes mistakes. People can't always make the right choices. Sometimes to stop evil, you have to let go of being good a bit. When you do, the important thing is to be honest with yourself. You can't just rationalize your action by telling yourself you have no other choice, or that what you're doing is somehow right. I know if I was up against someone who's under no illusions they were doing something for the wrong reason, they sincerely believe they were for the right reasons, I wouldn't kill them just because they were bad. I want to know why. What motivated them? Oh, his attitude. I'd want to know other people too. At least that's what I think. What do you two? Sashi, I think you went on too big of a speech. Ah, that's our alarm. Sorry, we have to go home. Bye. See you later. Goodbye. Bye. What's that all about? Why are you getting so worked up over a couple kids? What do you mean, kids? Aren't like 10,000 years old? Guess you got me there. Woof woof. Settle down, you. Come on, let's go already. Those kids' curfew alarms are an indication it's probably sunset soon. See that residential tower near the statue of Aphrodite? Macaris and I live there. Our apartment 5, second floor. Nice apartment. It actually looks surprisingly modern, actually. It's so spacious. Does this mean they're upper class? No, wait, the whole concept of monetary economy doesn't exist here. And since they also have nothing in the way of jobs or professions, I don't see how they can have a class-based distinction, such as common or aristocrat, either. Oh, so you two have all this space to yourselves? This place is pretty average. People who really care about the size of their homes might choose somewhere bigger. This is usually the kind of apartment you get unless you have a big family or something. Please have a seat and make yourselves at home. I'll get some juice. Okay. Alright. There, he just snapped his fingers. That's the sign we agreed to let Holmes know it was okay to come out of spirit form. The Olympians might have found his outfit strange, but Zeus wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Do beg your pardon for the intrusion. I hope my footsteps weren't too loud. Don't worry, nobody will notice footsteps. Just don't break into song. Our neighbors aren't too fond of that. Dang, they're not a fan of musicals. I see if Zeus was also monitoring the number of people making footsteps, he would know something was strange. The number suddenly increased out of nowhere. If I'm understanding this right, it looks like footsteps are beneath his notice. Here you go. I'm afraid it's not freshly squeezed, but it's nice and cold. Thank you, Ed. Most kind of you. Don't mind if I do. Glug glug. Ah, that hit the spot. Boom. Yes, yes, don't worry, Play-Doh. I got a shallow bowl of juice for you, too. Wolf. Oh, yeah. The sweetness doesn't overstay its welcome. It's got the right amount of tart. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you for the lovely drink, and I won't soon forget this flavor, I assure you. Now, before we go over whatever it is you two forgot, I need to ask you a more personal question. Tell me, may I ask where the rest of your family is? They died in the Olympia Machia. Yeah, our mom and dad supported Athena and Ares, so... Oh. I'm sorry we brought up such a painful subject. Relax, is fine. This was thousands of years ago, remember? Besides, it's not like our family's all gone. We still have you guys. Nothing taboo about discussing the Machia. It's basically like stalling God's victories. Besides, sister and I weren't part of the coexistence faction like mom and dad were, technically. He's lying. He dealt with both part of it. But he's assuming Zeus is listening in and being careful not to say anything that would arouse suspicion. You guys certainly do love talking about the Machia, don't they? Anyway, it's getting late. We should probably have dinner soon. You'll help me, right? Yeah. I'll help too. And I'll help by playing with Play-Doh. Come on, boy. Grr. Come on, why are you growling at me? Let's all help them make dinner. I should have seen that one coming. Okay, I'm in. Besides, looks like fun. Thank you, everyone. I can tell this is going to be the most fun we've had dinner in a long time. No fight. Okay, good. This works out to our advantage. Dang, an hour in and no fights yet. Well, this is one of the longest chapters. Even I don't believe Lostbelt 6 is as long as this one, though it does get close. Although I only saw the chart that lists a number of words per story chapter, so it might not entirely be... Alright, thank you for the wonderful meal. So incredibly delicious, I can't believe just how good it was. It's completely different from the kind of food I'm used to. Especially love the fish. It's nothing special, we just sprinkle a little powder before I cooked it. Maybe so, it was exquisite. You're an expert chef, aren't you, Adele? I already told you, she hasn't cooked for 100 years, but still, thanks. No, she's really happy to hear that. Honestly, it makes me feel good too. So glad. I'd forgotten how fun it is to cook for guests. Of course, it couldn't have been half as fun if you hadn't helped, so thank you. Oh, not at all. All I did was help you prep simple stuff. Slurp. Slurp, slurp, munch, munch. Ah, it was delicious. Best noodles I've had in forever. Oh, sorry for polishing it off. In my defense, it was so good I couldn't help it. Oh, no, it's quite alright. If you have more if you want thirds. Woohoo, there's one thing I've learned. It's that you gotta stock up on good food when you get the chance. Oh, fatty vote. Now then, before I forget again, Adele, perhaps it's time you secure this forgotten item. You're right, we should. First, let me give you a bit of backstory. Gosh, where do I begin? Aphrodite. Right, thank you. So you know how the East District Statue Town is also the district dedicated to art and beauty, correct? That's because Aphrodite's protection is especially strong here. She hears any prayers in this region's branch temples. Ah, go on. So we thought we could use a guide here. He's been cooped up in here sleeping a while, but he should be waking up any moment. Hi. This thing you forgot wasn't a thing. Much more of a metaphorical thing, then. He's a huge help even among you-know-who's friends. Yeah, all the more in this part of town. Seems Makara's looking at our refrigerator. Yes, I can see a large refrigerator. Now Adele's standing in front of it. Wait, I recognize it now. Looks like the one they used in the underground base to keep the steel chimera on ice. Sorry to have kept you waiting so long, Uncle. It's finally time for you to wake up. Caligula. Dang, a 2-star berserker. Heroic spirit of Emperor Caligula we met in the second singularity. What in the world is he doing here? And kept on ice at that. What in the world is going on here? Indeed, it's been a long time since I've last awakened. Hello, my beloved twins, Adele and Macarius. I'm glad to see you both well. However, I cannot help but notice that none of my friends are here. Oh, and Esquire, your faces tell me all I need to know. And good day to you, unfamiliar guests. If the twins have brought you here, then I know you are friends and comrades. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Oh yeah, he can. Normally, he's one of the berserkers that speaks in the roars, but the fact he can speak now implies his madness enhancement is not active. Or he has it under control. Woof, woof. Well, things certainly got interesting here. Section 10. Oh hey, the laggards return. Yep, it's good to be back. What do you look so happy about? I've seen Turtle move faster than you lot. I was only gonna wait another hour or so before heading back to the base of the border. At least you're here now. Oh my. I did not know I was keeping such a proud warrior waiting. Forgive me for the trouble I've caused you and allow me to make a formal apology. I'm truly sorry, and I must... also most graceful for your patience. I hope we have put this behind us and joined comrades in battle against the gods. Wait, who the hell's this guy? He's supposed to be Emperor Caligula. Right, Senpai, this is Emperor Caligula, the third emperor of the ancient Roman Empire. He's our spirit from proper human history, although... is something wrong? Strange. While these underground corridors that connect the Alliance base to the surface are indeed free from Zeus' surveillance, I also recall them being guarded by a large, hostile machine. And I can no longer sense anything of that sort. What does this mean? You're talking about Argos. Mordred's gang already took care of it. Don't worry, Caligula, the underground's safer than ever. Oh, I see. Not just me, he really is talking, huh? Yes, he is. I'm still not sure what to make of it. Never seen Caligula speak so fluently before. And if he's one of the spirits in the Alliance, so he managed to survive somehow. How can I put this? Oh, what the heck. I'll just come out and say it. We didn't tell you about him before because we decided to go for dramatic effect. Oh, forons! Don't get me wrong, I'm glad we have another ally, but come on! Now, militarily speaking, it's perfectly legitimate to describe losing forces no longer being able to continue an operation as wiped out. It's odd, it seems we're having some technical issues with connection. Fo! Please don't be too hard on them. We never told you the truth until now, either. Oh no, I'm sorry, we're shocked, yes, but we're not angry. Yeah, we never blame you guys for all this, and also there's not much point in lecturing an AI. Of course, senpai. At any rate, it's wonderful to know we have another capable ally. From here on, we can include Caligula as part of our operations. That's true, we'll definitely be having Caligula come with us from now on, especially after the alliance we messed up last time. Foe? So it was a bad call on your part that got everyone else killed? Would you agree that's a fair interpretation of what you just said, Makarios? What the hell were you losers doing out there? Canis, you should know nobody wins every battle they fight in a war. Yeah, some great generals in proper mystery might have come close, but they never had to go up against a god, you know? And there's definitely never been a general anywhere who could win every battle they wage against multiple gods. Do you really think it's fair to just dismiss their efforts as the hell you were doing? Yeah, I guess you got a point. Okay, I do take it back. Sheesh, you can always get serious out of nowhere. So Canis doesn't apologize, but is willing to take things back. There's a strong sense of responsibility buried somewhere in there. In fact, I'll do you one better. Divine spirits are one thing, but you brats were up against an actual god. Hell, not just one, but a bunch. I'd say you're pretty well, damn well under the circumstances. Caligula is our secret weapon, just like the 7-link heroic spirit cannon was against Demeter. Oh. That's why everyone in the Alliance agreed to keep him hidden until the operation's final stage. So then why didn't you hide him here in the base? Oh! I expect it was most likely an effort not to concentrate their assets in one place. May have been a different story if they'd been able to perfectly secure the base, but as things stand, if they kept all their eggs in this proverbial basket, a single successful strike would mean the end of the Alliance. Yeah, exactly. The underground infrastructure is where we keep our base and is very vulnerable to massive strikes, like what Demeter is capable of. That's why we hid Caligula in the East District. Freezing him let us completely hide his magic energy. Didn't draw any attention since there's plenty of Olympians who will freeze themselves when they feel like taking really long naps. My problem is that Aphrodite happened to show up and the whole East District team was wiped out as a result. Right. We're not gonna make the same mistake again. This time we're gonna fight back with everything we got right from the start. I get it, believe me, but you can't let your anger get the better of you. Things get most dire when you gotta keep a level head or you start making mistakes. Yeah, that's a pretty good point. I recall when I was taking chess lessons when I was younger, I was given an important piece of advice, that it is important to be aware of a threat, but don't let it completely encompass your focus or else you'll make more mistakes, and I've tried to live by that best I could, because it does apply to more than just chess after all. Yeah, right, thanks. Very well, if you'll allow me to make sure I understand the situation correctly, you expect Aphrodite may once again try to thwart our attempts to complete the summoning circle operation. So you brought Caligula out of cold storage as a means of fighting back against her, am I correct? Yes. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, if you saw my streams during the Amazonis Tower event, and you may recall, Caligula does a surprisingly massive amount of damage for a 2-star. In fact, honestly, he was doing way more damage than even I expected. I knew he was a bit above the curve for his ranking, but, well, he's definitely one that burns very brightly but for a very short period of time since he explodes against anything. Doling out information to your allies in tiny bits of time like this doesn't seem like a good call to me. But I guess I can understand why they're doing it. Everything they tell us about the gods only underscores how much of a threat they are, even with all the countermeasures they seem to have in place. And since they mentioned some of the heroic spirits who came here just bailed when they heard what they were up against, I can't blame them for being cautious. It's all about emotion, isn't it? No matter when or where, the human heart's always a key factor. Fofo? Yeah, what is it, Fo? Ooh, huh? Aw, I just wanted that was finally warming up to me. I have a question. Can you tell us more about Caligula here? Of course, as long as it's something that's within our ability to answer. So what's up? What happened to Berserker madness that stops him from speaking normally? Oh, right, I was just wondering about that too. Caligula, as we know him, is a Berserker. He can't communicate very well. Here. Yeah. In the early parts of the game, they did make Berserkers speak like the ones from the other adaptations, like Hercules and or Heracles and ones like that. But over time, they started realizing, yeah, they should probably make it so that they're able to interact with masters, so they can have some actual chemistry. And I think that was a good call. Like Kentoki Berserk, when Kentoki is a Berserker, his madness enhancement only activates when he's angry, so he can talk normally at any other time. He only starts roaring and stuff when he is mad. Likewise, Raiko there, her madness enhancement takes the form of an obsession. Actually, I could even use a Kiyohime since I used her back then. And her obsession with true love is what causes her madness enhancement. So she can talk normally otherwise, but it's not always possible to communicate properly thanks to her obsession. So it does get in the way of communication, but she can talk normally otherwise. Here, what? Like he's hard to talk to? What are you talking about? He's talking fine. Ain't that right, Imps? Indeed. Understand your bewilderment and worry not. This is an answer I can give. I believe it because I was struck by the moon goddess's attack. Oh? See, back in Atlantis, Diana ran me through with some sort of invisible force. That's another name for Artemis. Right, Senpai. I believe that was the name she was known by in Rome. So does that mean you were struck by the orbital cannon fire, Caligula? No, he specifically said invisible force. We can assume it is some other manner of attack. Artemis was also the goddess of madness, so perhaps she possessed authority to control the mind as well. What do you think? Man, you really are sharp, aren't you? Well, I suppose the gods of these Lostbelts do often call me a sage for a reason. Caligula, the Mad Emperor of Rome, beloved by the moon. Given his connection to Artemis, we thought he may have acted as a kind of lightning rod. So we used him to lure Artemis out, and she blasted him with a precision mental attack. He was transformed. The attack inverted his madness, making him rational. Artemis likely was confused by this. We believe it led to her assuming the humans of proper human history all possess some kind of mental protection. So she gave up on her precision mental attacks and resorted to a more direct manner of destruction, that being the orbital beam bombardment. I suppose that would be a fruitless endeavor to discuss whether a physical or mental attack would be lesser of the two evils. Fo. Of Chaldea, I understand what your presence here signifies. My goddess Diana has fallen, hasn't she? That is correct. Orion and others had to help us take her down. I see. So Orion has fulfilled his purpose. And I will not grieve for my goddess, for I am certain she has returned to where she belongs. Yes, I think she has too. Are you done? Do you punks ever shut up? Are we gonna actually get around to setting up these Grand Servants summoning circle? What's its... Sorry, you're right, we've taken long enough. It's time we begin the operation in earnest. Come, let's head back to service. Holmes, Canis, Caligula, you three use your spirit forms. Sashi, Master, you come with us. You got it. Let's go get revenge for your fallen allied heroic spirits and finish these summoning circles in one fell swoop. Hey, it's Mercurius and Dell. I can't even remember last time I saw you guys. Do you really love to travel, huh? How's that going? Expanding your horizons? Yeah, you could say that. It's good to see you again. We just got back from visiting the South District. Once we have our things sorted out, we'll be heading out soon to Altertown this time. Oh, the South. Hey, wasn't that where... Oh yes, but fortunately we weren't affected at all by the unpleasantness, thanks to Lord Zeus's protection. I see. Really do have a lot to thank Lord Zeus for. Thanks to him, the ambrosia supply hasn't slowed down one bit, even with Lady Demeter resting in the Great Shrine. It's just like how he provided for us during the Olympia Machia as well. Ah, what we do without the omnipotent Lord Zeus, who took the authority of every fallen god. We're so lucky to have him. Yes, you're so right. By the way, I haven't seen those friends of yours. Are they from the south as well? Nice to meet you. Hey there. Woof. Yes, they're distant relatives, actually. It's gonna take some time for the South District to be restored, so we thought we'd take them to Altertown in the meantime. What a wonderful idea. There's certainly no shortage of branch shrines to visit in Altertown. Exactly. Well, I hope your tomorrow is just as peaceful as today. May Lord Zeus's protection be with you. Good, he's gone. Man, you guys do know a lot of people. Are you sure it's okay to be out here with us? Oh, don't worry about it. We can't just throw you deep in the end of an unfamiliar city. Sure, we could just give you a map, but that wouldn't be nearly as efficient. Right, we're bound to run into trouble on our way the second one. So this will go much smoother if we show you the way there ourselves. I'm hearing Adele right, then what she's really saying is there's going to be soldiers stationed near where we'll need to place the summoning circles. In which case, it would definitely be dangerous to navigate an unfamiliar city checking a map, especially in the midst of a chaotic battle. Fo. Okay, it's not much further now. Yeah, because there are a lot of people here, huh? I don't suppose we can take our plans elsewhere, can we? Nope, apparently it has to be these spots, so we're not entirely sure why either. They said something to do with the position of the stars and things like that. So the summoning circles need to use celestial bodies. That makes sense for constructing a spell like this. The heroic spirit this spell summons is really capable of destroying gods, and who or what in the world is it going to be? Alright, let's get started. Is everyone ready? I'm all set. Ready when you are. Yes. Foe? Oh, the mill street's glowing. It's definitely gonna draw attention. Spells give out magic energy. There's no way the gods aren't gonna notice this. Get ready. Enemies will be here very soon. The roads and buildings are all putting up shutters. Pick up hostile enemies headed our way. It's just these. Massive structure. Attention citizens on the list. This is an emergency alert. The Chaldeans have appeared in Statue Town, Ward 12. Please evacuate the area in an orderly fashion. Initiating destructive countermeasures. There they are. I guess we don't have to bother with these invisible disguises anymore then. Right, suspending Mystico's efforts now. Sorry, big guy, we got a job to do and we can't let you through until we finish what we came here to do. Pretty sure I've seen that shining giant red eye of yours before. You're one of those murder machines that comes barreling after us without a thought in its metal head. So I'll see your brute force and raise you my razor-sharp blades. Canis? So it's killing time now? It is, isn't it, samurai chick? That's right. Well, not killing as much as smashing, but same idea. Smashing machines, huh? That takes me back to the Luddite movement of the Industrial Revolution. However, while the Luddites are a thematic fit for us as our enemies are machines, you should know that they ultimately failed, Miss Miyamoto. And we'll just have to make sure they succeed here in Olympus. Who cares about any of that crap? Let's just get started already. Activating Ortonax emergency combat. Output stable. Athena, Colombia. Synchronization successful. Good to go, Master. Let's race then. Will Adele finish the circle or will we defeat our enemies? Ha! Like that'll be a contest. We're gonna smash these things. You said it. Alright. Yeah, I figured something like that would be a lot more rallying for the... given the servants were primarily being helped by here. Alright, so Caster and... Oh dang, level 80 Caligula, not bad. Maybe I should raise my own. Alright. This is fine, yeah. Now let's start those. Saber. Alright, let's go with Lakshmi Bai, since we've been using her a lot for this story. Lakshmi Bai has a little bit of low damage, but she has good durability and some really good skills to keep things, to support everyone. Although I guess if I should be doing this, I should have brought Caesar another DPS for her. Oh, never mind, doesn't matter. Wait, is that a... Oh darn, I thought I had a quick Brave Chain for Lakshmi Bai ready. No, but she does have a Brave Chain, and that should be more than sufficient to do this. Theoretically, I should be fine doing this, so let's do it. Alright, bring in my Scotty, and we'll give even more buffs. Here we go. Alright, Lakshmi Bai, let's see if you can take this group out by yourself. At least I know for a fact they aren't going to kill her. Her HP is really high, and she has lots of hard defense. That is, she has guts and invulnerability, so she's not going down. Doesn't matter if they get their specials off, they're not going to take her out. Oh dang, she can NP again with Scotty's help. Yeah, that doesn't matter. Ha! That's the power of a saber that actually uses a saber sword. I think she's the only one in the game that does, now that I think about it. Actually, I think I mentioned that last time. Well, it's a fun fact. Lakshmi Bai is the only saber in the game that actually uses a saber weapon. All hostiles eliminated. Ortnax systems remain green. The battle is over. Nice job, everyone. That was easier than I thought. I'm glad we didn't have to deal with any locals getting mixed up in the fray. Now that you mention it, it does seem like the Olympians cleared out the area rather quickly. Maybe it's all thanks to their daily training. And the gods must really have their people on a short leash. It does seem that way, yeah. Oh, there, all done. Come, let's hurry to the next one. Did it work? I thought Magecraft was supposed to be all flashy and shit. Huh? Why would we want to draw more attention? If anything, Blavatsky went out of her way to make the spell as innocuous as possible. We can talk about this stuff later, sister. Now come on, the official guards will be here any moment, so we gotta make our way past them. Alright, got it. Let's go, MASH. Understood. Preparing to move to the next target. Looks like we finally got our first battle. And once again, yeah. I could swatch this Scotty with mine right now, but especially since mine has the bond. Does craft essence to really boost it, but I think it's fine. Here we are. Large-scale annihilator. Alright, here we go. Yeah, this is gonna be very easy for Lakshmi Bai to deal with. Now let me just check here. What's the overcharge effect? Just decreases crit rate. It's not, don't get me wrong, it's not a bad an overcharge effect by any stretch of the word. It's just that it doesn't matter when I'm about to one-shot this group. Even with Lakshmi Bai's low attack, with the amount of quick buffs I'm stacking here, she's gonna have zero issues obliterating them. I probably should have changed it up a bit, actually. I should have used Suzuka. I'll do that next time, but for the moment... Alright, here we go. Alright, Lakshmi Bai, take them out. I've got a lot of Grailed Sabers on this account, and what am I saying on this account? This is my only account. I did consider making one on the Japanese server for some of their stuff, but... Well, first of all, that feels like it's just asking for all my luck to get sucked up into that, from this one to that one. And also, it's a lot to keep up with, I don't want to have to deal with, so yeah, this is my only account. I have one word for you, demons, insolent miscreants who shun the gods' glorious light. Die. Become part of Olympus's underworld infrastructure, then maybe you can start making amends. Canis. Die this, die that. That's all I can say, dumbass. I got a better idea. How about you die? Oh, she did the nothing personnel kid. Curse you, god damn. Sorry to die holding a grudge. Hopefully your soul at least find respite in paradise. Oh, right. Olympians, come back to life in no time at all. Guess there's no point in praying for the salvation, then. All compassion one moment that she's... Wait, what's with this chick? Some kind of samurai thing? Wait, what the hell am I admiring her for? Come on, you gotta freaking... Come on, you freaking nut job, dual wielder. Gotta do this while my authority's still working. I can stop the instant healing, but I can't stop it forever. Can't put my finger on it, but it's definitely a little easier to fight here now than it was before. Calorma's power-up is definitely part of it, and Canis has been a big help too, but it feels like there's more to it than that alone. What could it be? Well, anyway, those Olympian soldiers put up a hell of a fight, don't they? And there's no end to them with the healing stuff, so I guess that goes to show we gotta go after the big guys, or gods. Right, remember, we're not here to fight off soldiers. Now come on, hurry. We're almost the next spot, and there's no shortage of soldiers in Statue Town. It won't be long before reinforcements show up. Macarius, we need distraction. Got it. Heads up, I'm gonna cast a smoke screen. It's not poisonous, but it'll still choke, so if you breathe it in, so be careful. Kovac. So this is what he used when we first met. Alliance developed a spell for emergencies. It can disrupt magical energy detection for a short time. This way, everyone, we're almost at the second spot. Oh, I might as well complete the weekly. I haven't been doing this all week. I should really get back to it. It's not really hard, after all. And it's going to be more Saint Courts for the purposes of Castoria. Section 11. Investigate, Encounter, Cherish. Alright, this is where we're putting up the second one of these things. I'll say one thing for the city, sure's pity. Glad we're not seeing any civilians here either. Unfortunately, that probably means it won't be much longer for the machine gods to show up, huh? Yeah, Aphrodite ambushed us last time. Fought back good and hard as much as we could, but it didn't do us any good. Come on, AI, let's get this done. Alright, this is where we gotta put down the second one. The exact location is... Hell, I can't tell where it's supposed to go. Foe? What do you mean by that? Oh, shit. Sorry, we lost track of the proper coordinates. Theoretically, this shouldn't be possible. We can't find a trace. And we don't know where we need to go. We'll be sitting ducks with the Olympians. What do we do now? We should be able to sense the right spot once we get in a few meters of it, but I can't say for sure for some reason. Oh, this sucks ass. I wish we could just talk normally without dancing circles. I'll say, I prefer we could get into specifics. Especially specifics as what the hell's going on right now. I'm afraid there's nothing we can do here. As long as Zeus is listening in, we simply can't delve into details of our plan or objectives. That being said, I believe we may be able to get around it with some manner of telepathy, though it may be difficult to maintain for several participants. I know a spell like that, but I can only cast it once, since it's too risky to use the same spell twice. I see, presumably because Zeus can will figure out any spell used more than once. I understand. Nonetheless, desperate times and desperate measures, what do you say? Alright, please cast it, Adeli. Alright. May wise Hermes protect us. Whoa. Oh wow. Can you all hear me? Oh yeah, it's loud and clear. Man, this is amazing. We have the codec from Metal Gear... what's it called in Metal Gear Solid? I forgot. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Yeah, it's always one of those things at the tip of my tongue, and I remember it like half an hour after I finished streaming, being all, oh yeah, that's what it was. First you dipshits won't shut up, now you're in my own head. Just say what you gotta say so we can get this over with. Now, don't be like that. We've never done this before. We might never get another chance. Do you forget the enemy's practically breathing down our necks here, dumb? Pretty confident in your chances, aren't you? Aw, thanks. It's so nice of you. How stupid. That's not a compliment. All these telepathic conversations taking place. Can you hear me too, senpai? Yes, say. Does this mean I can understand what Foe's saying right now? Foe. Ah, too bad. Aha. Once a beast, always a beast, huh? Not that I want to hear this thing suddenly going off on tangents anyway. Foe. Special translation. That's because you got no taste, bunny ears. That's weird. Something just kind of pissed me off for a moment there. I still think Canis reminds me... Yeah, I think these are technically supposed to be horse ears, but when I first saw Canis, I genuinely thought she was a Vera from Final Fantasy. Okay, here's the situation. I'll go over details later, but in short, the coordinates we need to complete the summon all make use of a magical energy distortion. Usually these coordinates are closely linked to their physical space, so once you know where they are, it should be impossible to lose sight. But since you did, that means the extortion they expected no longer exists. That sounds bad. I guess that's the end of the operation, huh? No, it'd take forever to go over exactly why, but basically there's 3 that should last forever. Basically, these distortions should last forever. So then why is this one gone? Well, this isn't the type of distortion that can up and vanish, so the fact we've lost sight of it means either it's simply no longer possible sense, or the space it's linked to is no longer where it was. For example, perhaps some unforeseen interference temporarily moved it from its space. It's definitely possible. I see, then in that case, we just have to search for it. It sounds like we should split up and search. I concur, it'd be inefficient to concentrate all of our resources on a single location. Not to mention the time is of the essence, let's suggest we split into 3 teams. Canis, Caligula, ask each of you search your respective areas alone. Miss Miyamoto, ask you be our bodyguard. Here, Canis, Caligula, each an AI terminal as well. Should react once you get within a few meters. And since AIs are all linked together, we'll be alerted when one of them finds it. Fine, this all sounds like a major pain in the ass, but in for a penny, in for a pound and shit. Understood. I should do my best to search 70% of this area on my own. Oh yeah, I'll do 90. Come on, guys, leave some for us. Oh, so when someone finds distortion, we all rendezvous post-haste. Got it. Okay, let's get going. Later. Farewell for now. Whoa! Dang, Caligula's got some serious spring in his step. I guess he must be planning his search from the skyscrapers. Looks like Canis' ultra speed would give in Hermes a run for his money. Alright, afraid the spell won't last much longer. We better get searching too. Let's do it, but first... MASH, 12 o'clock. Ascension hostiles approaching. They appear to be a group of Olympian guards and rare phantasmals. Guess we'll just have to make our way through them first, then. Alright, preparing to fight. We'll begin our search at the same time. Alright, we're gonna try someone else. Let's go with Suzuka for a nice change of pace. Alright, this should be pretty easy. Even if Suzuka fails to kill them, she has some very high crit. She has a lot of crit powers on her side, so she'll just take them out with her regular attack cards. This is very bad. I don't think I'm going to be able to take them out with just... Well, I wouldn't have been able to beat them with Lakshmi Bai either, so let's just, Oh, excellent. That was a good crit. Also a good crit. Nice, nice, nice. Alright, this should do the trick. It should get our NP up for the next round as well. That lowers attack, not defense, so... Here we go. Yeah, this isn't too bad. Suzuka's a lot of fun, especially if I can actually get her attack cards during the turn I have a ton of stars. Might as well.
Okay.
There we go. Alright, let's do it this way.
星の宇宙物見の楽園の端から君に聞かせよう。罪なき者のに通るガーデン・オブ・アバロン。
We should focus more on Suzuka. She can actually take his hits pretty easily.
Okay.
Alright, let's do this. Oh, seriously? Wow, he really hates Merlin, doesn't he? Yeah, you're not going to get that. Well, that was some fun with crits. I'll just finish the weeklies off stream. I won't worry about it for now. Ooh, there's nothing sabers are good against here. We'll take a Scotty then. And I don't have an AoE alter ego. My only alter ego are the Mecha Ellies, but I do have someone who's good against everything. Berserker. Berserker.
一気火星に畳みかける。つまり中だな。他にやることないのかな。こういうのどうだ。どれにしようかな。お任せした。
Anti-personnel annihilation device. Trick. I'm pretty sure Tamacat should be able to take out all these without too many buffs on her NP. She's maxed out after all. Yeah. Easy. There we go, double Scotty should be more than enough damage. Pretty sure whatever survives won't survive a Brave Chain from her, so let's do that. That's assuming they survive the NP in the first place, which I don't think they will. But you never know. Berserkers technically only take 1.5 times damage from another Berserker rather than their usual... Yeah, it was more than sufficient. And there we go. Oh dang, I think that's a new monster silhouette. Mash, here. Or was it here before and I just forgot? I don't remember. There we go, done and done. I tried to move around as much as possible as I fought. Anything? No lucky here, keep moving. Oh, Too bad. Can't let Caligula beat us. No turning back now. Let's keep going. Yeah, you're right, Master, but we can't push ourselves too much. You especially need to be very careful not to overexert yourself, but you already know that too, don't you? Oh, I'm sorry. Alright, let's go. I certainly don't want our team to lose. Oh, you're just so precious. What is it, Musashi? Why are you holding my hand to your chest? Holding my hand to your chest. What are you doing? Ah, it's obvious you getting along so well. You're just like real sisters. Sorry, it's my instincts getting the better of me. Are you done now? Seems like this is a well-timed break for Alex. Very well, let us continue exploring Statue Town. I must say, it's been quite thrilling running around a completely empty city, wouldn't you agree? Oh, wow. Alright, my physical enhancement's still working. I'm ready to run. Right, Master. Unknown. Well, that's not totally concerning, huh? Before I go on, let's grab this real quick. Well, we know Aphrodite got the jump on us before. She could very well do it again. All hostiles have been defeated, continuing to make our way through the zone. Alright, by this point, we should start giving Master Stamina Reserve some serious consideration. How does it look, AI? Jackpot, baby, you nailed it. Looks like our idea about the enemies using some conspicuous to cover up the site was right on the money. Seeing a monster up there that looks to be warping the very space around them. See it as that. Well, that's mean. What'd I ever do to deserve being called a monster by a bunch of lifeless foe ghosts? I may be an alter ego working for the foreign god, but I strive to be fair and impartial businesswoman above all else. Isn't that right, Chaldeans? Or were you too caught up by your latest Lostbelt smooshing to remember little me? Oh. Oh, don't. Please stay with us. A human woman? Hell no, there's no way that thing could be human. She's not even trying to hide her savage magical energy, or the smell of death that hangs around her. What the hell are you? Amovich Koyanskaya. Eee, what happened to meek little Alex? I remember. I never thought you'd ever try to interrogate me so boldly. What could have changed you like this? Is it because we're friends now? We bonded a bit in India? Anyway, I'd love to discuss the newfound casual attitude towards me. But let's not forget, I'm still very much your enemy. I'm afraid I have nothing in the way of products or information for you at this time. No, this time I only came to check up on my phantasmal factory since I need it for my future endeavors. See, just between us, I'm actually trying to keep this visit a secret from the gods of Olympus as well. So I think I'd be best for everyone if we just pretended we never saw each other and went our separate ways. I can see you all look very busy making preparations to tackle this Lostbelt in earnest. My plan is to simply let things play out however they do, and hopefully come away with some choice Olympian products to sell when all's said and done. Doesn't that just sound nice? Everybody wins, nobody loses, what more could you possibly want? Well, you heard the lady, what do you all think? I think it's time we found out exactly what she's up to. Quite right, Mr. Alex. Besides, I think right now, besides, now that Koyan Sky has seen us here, avoiding conflict is no longer an option, since in the end she's certain to be the most formidable foe I need to face. Oh my, and why is that, pray tell? Don't you remember the lovely chai tea I made you in India? Oh, a special temptation. You never made anything of the sort, you stingy two-faced fox. Bo is still very mad that she stepped on him. But don't worry, once she becomes summonable, I'll try to get her. That way Foe can step on her. Don't worry, he knows. Foe knows very much how to keep a grudge. Just ask Merlin. Queen Sky is not part of Olympus's forces, so I rather doubt she can be motivated to actively interfere with our attack on this Lostbelt. Indeed, we can say with a fair amount of certainty, given her behavior in all past Lostbelts to date. Does this mean she sides with the Cryptors, that is the foreign god? Clearly not. She has never once attempted to protect a Tree of Emptiness. If anything, she treated us no more than another product in her catalog. Nor, for that matter, has she shown any sign of subservience to the foreign god. Koinskaya, while you have told us several times the foreign god commands 3 disciples, you've never once directly declared yourself to be one of them. Your attempts to mislead have been brazenly obvious. The truth is quite apparent. Why, yes, you might say that's just my way of being sincere. You see, if a bunch of insects like yourselves were to accuse me of breaking a promise I never made, well, I don't think I could keep my cool. Is that true, Mash? Yes, I'm quickly going through her past logs, and it is true. She never openly declared herself to be one of the foreign god's disciples, only ever said things to make it sound like she was. Then she's a fraud. I knew we couldn't trust that monster. Be sincere, my ass. Quiet if you would, please. I'm just getting into the good part. Now then, from here, our next question is obvious. Who is Tamomovich Koyanskaya. We know she attacked Chaldea's headquarters and that she dealt a critical blow to proper human history. We also know that she takes pleasure in tormenting Lostbelt inhabitants, seeing their lives end, even as she continues to, for a better way to put it, name-drop the foreign god. Even now, we can see her making moves in this Atlantic Lostbelt as an unaffiliated third party. Would it be alright with you if I voiced my conclusions about her now? Though, of course, you may have already arrived at the same answer yourself. Wordlessly nod in assent. Who are the foreign god's three disciples, the servants whom summon themselves? We can say for certain the two of them are Rasputin from Russia, Rasputin, and Limbo from Shimosa. I don't know how to pronounce Rasputin's name correctly, unfortunately. I should have, which is weird because I've seen the movie Anastasia, which, well, I guess that's a Don Bluth movie where he tries to be like Disney, and I feel he's at his weakest when he's trying to be like Disney. Yeah, I feel like he's better when he's embracing his trademark weirdness stuff, even when it's not the most, And now I suspect the third is Senjimiramasa, whom we only recently learned of in Atlantis. As servants summoned by the foreign god, they are naturally motivated to protect the Tree of Emptiness and have attempted to do so at every turn. You, on the other hand, have no affiliation with the foreign god, yet their disciples clearly hold you in respect. From this, we can infer you are most likely being on equal footing with that foreign god, or in terms you might prefer, a business partner, am I correct? I like to think it as a mutual back-scratching sort of relationship. Indeed, the foreign god and I did sign a contract to that effect. Yeah. Yeah, I did think at first that she was one of the three foreign gods' alter egos, but that was only in the first couple ones. Starting at the third one onward, it became obvious that she wasn't. So I will say she did fool me for a time, but yeah, from the third one onward, it's obvious that she was never a part of them. Especially since Limbo had absolutely no issues screwing her over. While meanwhile, well, the two, as we saw here, they do help each other out as much as possible, even if purely out of a sense of, well, we have to, we're on the same side. I will not eliminate you. In return, you will not comprehend me. We will both abide by our respective principles and see that this planet comes through to its end. Tell me, how did you come to that conclusion? How did you know the foreign god and I had become something akin to business partners? Elementary, my dear Korinskaya. If we assume that to be the case, everything starts to make sense. One explains how you're able to work towards your own goals in each Lostbelt despite being in a similar position as the disciples. Namely, your goal of simply tormenting people rather than growing the trees of emptiness. We still have no data on what exactly the foreign god is, so we cannot draw a clear picture of them. We are, however, certain their goal, the destruction of modern humanity. I suspect your goal is similar, something along the lines of becoming humanity's natural enemy and destroying the entire species. It is for that reason the foreign god did not consider you to be on the side of humanity. It may even recognize you as a competitor of sorts. No doubt this is why they chose to enter a business arrangement. I expect this agreement involved you both promising to use the other's resources, but to ignore the other party as much as possible and avoid any direct conflict. Never mind the other party, the foreign god, that is, appears to be the significantly greater threat. Yet even so, the foreign god clearly saw you as a threat, and so placed a collar on you in the form of a contract. You may be cruel, heartless, twisted, depraved, but for some reason you take pride in being a businesswoman. And of course, the quickest way to keep a freewheeling competitor in check is to make them a partner. By entering a non-compete contract of sorts, you arrive at a position where you both stand on equal ground. Am I correct, Miss Koinskaya? But an interminably long-winded explanation. But yes, that is all more or less correct. So, what am I then? I can only think of one entity who could give pause to a god capable of wiping the earth clean in an instant. You possess exceptional ability to freely travel between different worlds, a power not even the other alter egos wield. You're a walking disaster, one which even the foreign god wishes to avoid coming into contact. In Atlantis, we met Orion, a grand archer who had been summoned by the very world itself. And here in Olympus, the conditions appear to be in place for a similar summoning ritual. Taking all that in consideration, the answer is quite clear. You are an independent disaster, a being dangerous to merit the materialization of a grand servant. In other words, you must be one of the 7 evils of humanity. You are a beast. A beast, but her spirit origin still within standard parameters. Because even though she's already reached a point that warrants a grand servant, she has not fully matured. If she were, then there would be little call for caution on her part. Well, am I right, Miss Koinskaya? Or I think I should call you by your true name, if I should share it. Oh? Oh, Koinskaya is just fine, Mr. Detective. After all, I don't have anything silly as a true name. Oh man, odds are she just summoned this fog at last. At long last, reached the point I've been waiting for. I expect nothing less from you, my dear Chaldeans. For one of the stipulations of my contract with the foreign god states I must not reveal my name of my own accord. Thanks to that binding clause, I had no choice but to go about my endeavors slowly and painstakingly, but now at last I've regained a body I can finally stretch in, and it's all thanks to you. Ha 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 ha. You humans. Your best intentions always bring about the worst results. What you think in the good sense always dissolves into insufferable self-righteousness. You with your absurd egos always yapping about protecting humanity. You make me sick. Oh yes, Iris, really, thank you again. Thank you so much for demolishing Gautia's nauseatingly naive ambitions beyond any possibility of repair. Gautia, the last beast we faced. Her magical energy readings are suddenly spiking. This massive aura, the way she's eroding space around her. It's as though she really is. Now that I've had my pick of all the finest breeds in every Lostbelt, I was wondering when the best time would be to unveil myself. It's been just unbearable waiting for the chance to try out a tale or two of my own. So I thought, why not give myself a treat and toy with humanity personally for a change? So I'll tell you what, as your just reward for figuring them out, I'm going to take my time. Who knows? Maybe my tales will end up crushing you before the mechanical gods get a chance. Target's shape and mass have both changed dramatically. It's absorbing nearby magical energy and growing larger. It appears to be some kind of shadowy four-legged creature of unknown origin. Here she comes. Get ready, MASH. Alright, this is going to be very tricky. Please tell me I can use a Merlin. A Merlin, perfect. I need a single target, someone with high damage. It shouldn't actually matter because she's a beast. Actually, if it doesn't matter because she's a beast, then yes, I can keep Amacat because beast enemies are not effective against berserkers. So her usual defense, her usual weakness is not present, which means she's a berserker who has high damage modifiers. Because just being a berserker grants a 10% extra damage on everything they do. Yes, I think this will be fine. I just have to use Merlin to keep everyone else alive where possible. Quick card effectiveness up. Advent Beast. Evil of Humanity Horde. That's an unformable mass, Permafrost, Koyanskaya. Beast of Taming. I probably should have brought a more defensive Mystic Code. Gain advantage against human and defense against disadvantage against demonic beast type servants. Unfortunately, Tamacat is not a demonic beast. She's just classified as a beast class servant. Tamamo no Mae has that, if I remember right, but I don't have her. So the original one would be Blurry Darkness. Gain resistance to Noble Phantasm and resistance to critical. Charged by 1 each turn. By an additional 1. Okay, so she gains 2 each turn. Invincible. Well, that's not fun, is it? You know what? We're gonna have to bring out the A games for this, so let's go out for a moment. I need to bring the right Mystic Code. I can't afford to use, Yeah, I can't use the plug suit. I need to use something better. Something more defensive. Now, granted, this is all for nothing if she has Invulnerability Pierce, which I do not know if she does or not. That is not a sufficient Merlin. That is also not a sufficient Merlin. What the hell? I need a Merlin with 10 everything. Perfect. Mystic Code. Atlas Institute. Perfect. Here we go. Still, Tamakat is not weak, taking weakness, so her high HP and durability should be a great boon here. Evil of Humanity Horde. Beast of Taming. I can afford to do this. Doesn't really matter, or since they're invincible for the first turn, but... Alright, let's see how this goes. I'm assuming they have a hit the whole party effect. Fear, Revere, Curse, Swell. Yeah, see, Tamakat's not taking bonus damage from that, but what's this debuff? Attack down, immobility, nullify incapacitation, terror, chance to stun each turn, activate on defeat, increase a single enemy's attack when HP reaches 0, and recover HP. At least the invulnerability is gone, so let's go ahead and do this. Remove debuff. Increase everyone's defenses. Yeah, I'll do that next turn. I need to save the NP. Let's do this here.
Okay.
Oh, I see. The Boston Sprite really is just those floating eyeballs. Interesting. Good effect, I have to say. Critical. Chain error. Well, that's a little disappointing, isn't it? Curse, Swell. Merlin stops being stunned this turn, so I can do this. And she's going to... Odds are she's still going to be a problem, though, so let's do this. Let's do it this way because we need the defenses up. Here we are. Oh crap, she's still asleep. I forgot about that. A little annoying, but she does have her self-heal active, so she'll stay alive just fine. And Merlin's NP is ready. Good. Ominous Star. Disastrous Swell. Curse. Alright, Garden of Avalon. Let's get our healing up here. I must say, I was not expecting to randomly run into a beast boss this early. Increase her max HP. Alright, let's do it. Okay, yeah, break bar taken down. Crap. No effect. Stun. Okay, good. The stun didn't go off because of her vulnerability. Ominous Star. Ow. That hurt like hell. Curse, Swell. I need Tamakat to get more healing, and I need it now. Not sure that's gonna help too much, but I need what I can get. She has the invincibility, right? Yeah, there we are. Alright, there we go. Let's go. With the Scotty boost, this should theoretically break that second life bar. I won't find command stealing this fight if I have to, but I'm pretty confident I do not. Got it. Merman. Charge loss, invincibility. Let's do it this way then. Mold Camelot, we need to defend ourselves here. Fear Reverie. Save that, I guess. Yeah, Tamakat's really doing some good damage. Ha! 0 damage to the Berserker. How embarrassing. Okay, now I did damage. Not the most ideal situation to be in, but I can do it. Guts. Good. Alright, this should finish off this break bar. Stunned. Annoying, but we can handle it. Samsara Komensaya. There we are. Ow. Jason. I'll use commands if I have to, but like I said, I don't think I need to. I just need to be smart.
いうこともできる。よかろう。
Alright, this brave chain should be a decent amount of...
その油に思い。
Balls. That's, I guess I'm gonna have to command seal out of this one.
なんだと？ね。
Technically speaking, I could probably restart and find a way to do it without needing the command seal, but...
どうかな。
I don't really care at this point. Also, she has a guts that's very clearly... Also, she has a guts, which means it's probably gonna do another... be like Demeter and have a full heal after this. Well then.
全力でこれが手加減だ。実はここ眠ってきたのである。すべて楽園の端にようこそ。
There we are.
高級を見た。皆正体を見失う。
Unrelenting formation.
そこは壁もなく城もなく見せ場の始まり
I am an incredibly lazy master, but at least the story is pretty engaging.
ガーデン・オブ・アバロン。
というわけで港のさん日光昼休み7に来る。
Excellent. With that overcharge effect, she gets a massive, massive heal. There. Her swell. Oh, excellent. That protected her. Alright, where's,
ご要望とあら
this should take out the last spring. Should have set up the guts, yeah. Yep, that's another one. Swell. Alright, let's get Garvin to have Avalon again, just so we can stack even more party healing.
物見の楽園の端から君に聞かせよう。罪なき者のに通るガーデン・オブ・アバロン。切り込む。ぶっちぎる。
Oh dang, he got stuck in that pose. Oh lovely, chance to evade. And you know what that means when I try to use a frickin' NP, right? Chance to reduce it, 5 left. Oh lovely. I have to do this to try and avoid getting stunned, but please dodge that one. Yep, it evaded. Now don't dodge this one, because if this lands, it's over. Damn it.
Good morning.
Is it a high chance of evade? Well, that's fine. I just ate 4 of them thanks to the Brave Chain. Here, Revere. Illusion, protect everyone. Here we are. Stunned. Dang. There we are. 100% critical. That looks fun, I'd say. But first, let's get another Garden of Avalon off, so that just to make sure everyone heals.
アバロン
Dang it. Oh, perfect.
むおうさ
Let's finish off with a Tamacat Brave Chain.
ぶっちぎりままままままはにかけミコと言ったなあれは嘘だ
おっと
ご主人次はもっとすごいぞ
I guess after they figured Atlantis was really easy, because I didn't have to use any Command Seal revives or anything during that. It was all pretty, honestly, one of the easier story chapters thus far. I guess they figured, let's just put everything in Olympus to make up for that. Can't figure out, I can't tell there's something there, but that's it. I have no idea what it could even be. So how the hell is she giving off this pressure? Since when does magical energy alone make something tangible? Feels like she could take out this whole Lostbelt if I end up poking her the wrong way. She's roaring, she's about to blast the whole area. It's not only that, she means to end this battle now. At least the one we're fighting here in this Lostbelt. Bet she does. May not be able to get a solid read on her, but I can definitely tell she's out for blood. As they say, it's all too easy to hide your head and end up your ass. And now, her ass is mine. Followed by... Up here. Up here, bad. Ha! That got her good. Not bad, crazy samurai, not bad at all. How did you know I love taking my enemies by surprise? Falling strike from great height. I didn't even see the jump. But never mind that, Kane's strike has finished her off. It looks like she's gone. Fofo! No, she's not. She's... The enemy servant's alive and well. In fact, her spirit origin doesn't seem to be scratched. Don't move, Saber. This is not where you're meant to meet your end. So, we have a Lancer, Shielder, Master, and a coward who did nothing but sit back and watch. Yes, that's enough for my formal debut, unless of course you prefer to keep fighting until you all perish. Alright, if she's allowing us the chance to stand down, we should. Seems the situation's changed. I concur with the Master's decision. Are you satisfied now, Miss Koinskaya? Was a combined effort enough to win you over? Yes, it was. You were neither too weak nor too strong. You were just right. Looks like there shouldn't be any problem with letting King of the Gods of Olympus here deal with you. At any rate, now that I have a good long stretch, my shoulders aren't so stiff anymore. Why don't we stop this fighting and prying so we can all get back to our respective business? Don't worry, I wouldn't dream of breathing a word of this little battle to anyone else, considering it's a token of appreciation for giving me such a nice little massage. And take that to mean you won't mention this to Zeus or the Cryptos. That would be very much a great help, and I see no reason to refuse. We're very much working against the clock, after all. Good, then we have a deal. Just remember, just as well, I certainly have no interest in any representative of humanity who can't even see the real me. At any rate, good luck growing even stronger in this Lostbelt. I do hope your battle years are fruitful and victorious. She's finally gone, huh? Phew. Holmes, yeah, got a lot of experience handling pricks like that or something? Oh, I wouldn't say that. Well, I do have some experience dealing with spies. I'm not at all sure what would be the right category in her case. Confirming I'll call Beast Koinskaya for the time being, has retreated in her spirit form. The battle is over, Master. Alright, good work, everyone. Now about that second spot for you-know-what. Don't worry, we got this. Luckily, the spot turned out to be right where Holmes thought it would be. Guess the weird shadowy monster must have been hiding it. I already had the AI contact Caligula. He should be here any moment. Apologies for my tardiness. And speaking of the Emperor, it would be nice to take a little rest, but yeah, that'll have to wait. Now that our second objective is fulfilled, let's hurry to the final one. Let us go. Right, Master. Fo. Section 12. The Lostbelt. Thou art the ardor that corrupts the stars. Interstellar Mountainous City, Great Orbital Shrine, the center of operations. Boom. Boom. Revelation is upon us, revelation is upon us. Now is a time of revelation. He is the supreme god that rules upon high. He is the lightning that flashes across the heavens. He is the one who shall emerge triumphant over all myths. He is destined to conquer the entire universe. He is the one who shall command the sacred bird and find the site of the sacred tree. You mean to tell me he's trying to find the tree of might? None less than the authorities of Hades and Poseidon bow to his will. He is the great demiurge, the one who shall forever serve as the core of Zeus Olympia. Now behold the words of the mighty Zeus. There is work to be done. I command you by my name, Aphrodite. You are to eradicate the Chaldeans who dare disturb my interstellar mountainous city. I permit you to use your Althea in every district of Olympus. May your gleeful laughter shatter the bones of the enemies that threaten our world. It would be my pleasure, father. Demeter was my friend, and I shall avenge her and make amends for the sins she unwittingly committed in the name of love, which is my divine domain. Indeed, it was love that proved her fatal weakness, for it was that love that warped her divine core. But I have no such weakness, as love and beauty are mine in command. I would never fall prey to love's madness. I shall use the power and authority I command to eradicate our enemies. I swear on my husband, Hephaestus. Oh my, oh my, my. I never dreamed the all-powerful machine gods who crossed the sea would think to avenge a fallen comrade. What a truly bizarre thing to say. You must have thought that your comrade pitifully pathetic for letting yourself succumb to the humans you all thought beneath your notice. Utterly comical. Yes? The gods have agreed to help us. You shouldn't rile them up just for laughs. Ah, you are right. You're absolutely right. That won't do at all. Perhaps I'm letting my impatience get the better of me now that those loathsome Chaldeans are so close at hand. This is no joking matter. Oh, absolutely not. Believe me, I'm quite serious when I say that we ignore Chaldea at our peril. Which is why I have, of course, already taken measures to deal with them. It's part of our job, after all. I was speaking to you with nothing but the most genuine convictions, but very well, then. In that case, suppose I can remain here and see how matters play out from on high, O ancient gods of Greece, or rather former gods of an ancient continent. I suggest you take this time to enjoy yourselves however you like, for the advent of our foreign god is close at hand. Yes, it is. All we ask from you is that you continue to support the Tree of Emptiness. Whatever you do with the rest of your Lostbelt is strictly your concern, not ours. At least that is the contract we have struck for this Lostbelt. Ha ha. What are you doing, Aphrodite? Why are you allowing the imitation human there to remain alive? There's no need to restrain yourself merely because he happens to be a god-eating alter ego. He deserves 1,000 deaths for his insolent behavior in Zeus's presence. With your authority, you can surely destroy a servant with a spirit core connected to a brain and heart. Big brother, Aphrodite is... Sorry, dear Scurry, but you'll just have to grin and bear it. Yesterday I may not have stood by. Hey, but today I'm far more concerned with destroying the Chaldeans. Eradicate Chaldea, that is your task. Its divine order is your highest priority. Hear me now, Aphrodite, goddess of love and beauty, and my daughter. Kill the Chaldeans, leave no trace behind. It will be done, father. First Demeter, now Aphrodite, huh? Sending your forces in one at a time seems like piss-poor strategy to me, but these gods obviously still think there's no way they could lose. I swear, why would these great deities possibly think this is a good idea? It does seem short-sighted, but I could think of one reason. My guess is they feel it will be beneath them to muster all their forces against mere humans. I suppose that's one of the ways their higher existence holds them back. Well, the joke will be on them if they end up losing this fight. Speaking of which, what do you make Chaldea's chances? Think they can win? You say they got one of Atlas's 7 taboos, right? Black Barrel, was it? They're trying to fight super weapons with even stronger super weapon. That's humanity for you, alright. Still, while I do admire the hustle, I can't help but wonder if maybe they're going a bit too far. And forget the bleaching, sounds like if they mess up using that thing, it could end the whole damn world. Well, this is all based off information Zeus overheard, so I can't say anything more right now. Since he thinks it won't be a problem, I'm inclined to think it isn't all that dangerous of a weapon. Of course, that does assume that it's not technologically beyond the Olympus' gods' understanding. Hey, I didn't give up on my own Lostbelt for nothing. I know full well how scary each one is. And while I'll admit the Atlantic Lostbelt technology surpasses proper human histories, proper human history also has some really nasty things just waiting to be woken up. And the Atlas Institute's one of the nastiest. I'm worried. Eat Pepe? I'm worried the Olympian gods might be setting themselves up for one of those classic pride goeth before a fall scenarios that I'll have to kiss the sweet laugh I've got here goodbye. I understand, but don't worry. There's no way Aphrodite's going to lose. After all, she's not the kind of opponent you can overwhelm with sheer firepower. It doesn't matter how many heroic spirits they throw at her, they'll still never be able to touch her. Is that so? Well, coming for you, that makes me feel a whole lot better. Sounds like Aphrodite's one hell of a goddess. Oh yes, not a very attractive woman, though. And she's plenty sad in her own way. You don't say. By the way, Peppy, any idea where little Kodak might have gone? I haven't seen him since Chaldea showed up here, and I can't help but wonder what he's up to. He's always had something of a rebellious streak to him, after all. If the foreign god starts suspecting he was up to something, the alter egos be all over him, like white on rice, right? Being the older brother figure for him that I am, I can't help but worry about the little guy, you know? I told him if you can't beat him, join him a bunch of times, but it never seemed to stick. So ain't got any ideas? No, can't say I do. But now that you mention it, I haven't seen him around either. Near as I can tell, he's been hanging out in the city a lot recently. You know how serious he is, right? He might just be caught up learning in all Olympus's technology. Olympus. East District. Once again, the very same alarm that rang yesterday signals immediate danger. The people of the East District huddled together in a branch shrines, which doubles the district emergency shelters, waiting with bated breath for the danger to pass. Nothing happens. Oh, thank goodness, it must have been a false alarm. But no sooner did they let themselves relax than it appears. Aphrodite's true form. Almost looks a bit more like Artemis, actually. An enormous monstrosity. The form of one of the gods, casting a shadow on all below her. This is the Aletheia that presides over love and beauty, a mechanical god known as Aphrodite. Proper human history, she was also history's Rome. She was also known as Venus, a blessing that meant both worship and blessing. Aphrodite, he has two sides, Urania, the chaste and lofty muse of astronomy, and Pandemos, the lusty and sensual goddess of earth. Though these two sides, one reflecting ideals and the other reality, through these two sides, she guides humanity along the path she herself defines. As a deity, she did feel love towards humans, but all the same. Beauty is control. Love is power. Citizens of Olympus, those who know my love and beauty well, prepare to cry tears of joy. Rest assured, your suffering will not be in vain. Commence corruption. So this must be what wiped out that team. Her corruption forces them to fight one another. I'm gonna go ahead and use this here. Senpai, this attack feels like it's ringing in my head. They're attacking their own city, their own people just to get us. The Ortnax's output is falling, magical energy declining. Feels like my head's splitting open. This is, I wish I'd attained enlightenment as well as the void. Oh man, this is really bad. Damn it, I can't even see straight anymore. This is Aphrodite's true form, a massive intelligent life-form guidance terminal, a Spiritron info warfare fighter. Her true body, her machine god unit, can carry out mental attacks across a massive area. She can instantly induce mental breakdowns in any intelligent life form, including a servant, so even purely magical ones. This is why Kentoki's team started attacking each other. But this time we got a plan. Caligula! Not yet, it is still too soon. This is nothing more than a sign of things yet to come. All of you, I urge you to hold out best you can. All this power and she's not even trying? So, when she does begin her attack in earnest, is that when Caligula's gonna activate his countermeasure? Trying to complete our primary objective as quickly as you can. From here, we'll put as much distance between her as we... It feels as though she's directly mucking about in my mind. She must be using magical energy projections to interfere with our brains. Is she attempting to destroy? No, she's manipulating our perceptions, awareness, and sensations. This isn't a physical attack, this is a mental one. Now I see Aphrodite, for what is beauty if not manipulation of the mind? No, this isn't mere manipulation. She outright is redefining our values, mind, and sense of self. Beauty is worth. Love at times can also be worth. Totally worth. Worth is derived from necessity and desire, bestows intelligent life forms with a sense of fulfillment. Worth is what humans depend on. Therefore, as the god of love and beauty, I control everything about you. So long as you are thinking intelligent beings, humans will never be a match for the gods. Ahaha, you pitiful organic life forms only just learned to walk on 2 feet. You not know how pathetically small and fragile you are. We children of chaos. We who cross the sea of stars even know the whereabouts of the glittering Tanasur mirror world playing in the outer universe. You pitiful humans are simply too tiny and powerless for words. Sashi, why'd you attack me? Looks like it didn't work. Really would have liked to finish the job with that strike. Regrowing your head after it's been cut off is no... Alright, come at me, you undead coward. If one strike won't finish you, I'll have to keep hacking away. Huh? No way, is she reliving her memories in Shimosa? So she's confronting past memories of the present. I think she must be seeing past enemies. It's Aphrodite's mental attack. She mixes up memories and incites anger. 1, 2, 3, 4 in broad daylight. That's a lot, but it's not too many for me to handle. Alright, let's start with those of you who aren't afraid. Don't worry, I'll cut you all down to size eventually. This is gonna be rough. Punches through my saber, spirit orange, and magic resistance like it's nothing. This is why I hate authority. Master, get behind my shield. I expected you to wear Master Marksman, Colonel Moore. I didn't think you'd be such an outdated weapon. In that case, next to go, followed you all with bitter bullets. Holmes, not you too. They must both have lost their minds. Hurry, in the meantime, we must whittle away at their will to fight without damaging their spirit cores. Is that alright with you, Master? Yes, please help us, Caligula. Very well. Come, shield maiden, on your feet. You would face the difficulties that lie before you not with a sword, but a shield, then you cannot fall to your knees. You must overcome your very self, the self that would eat away your own heart if given the chance. Engaging or next combat, activating output, initiating battle. Oh, lovely, I guarantee. Please. Oh, come on, really? This is a little frustrating. I can defeat them pretty easily, I think. I just need to use the plug suit here. Fatal Battle 1.
戦闘か。なるべく避けたいところだけど。仕方ない。
Spiritron information down. Oh dear. Forced mental corruption, increased debuff, forced madness enhancement, increases.
こういうのどうだ。つまり昆虫だな。他にやることないの？
Oh. What? Immune to defense buffs. Decreased defense, recover HP at the end of the turn. And then immune to defense buffs. Oh, lovely. Well, for immune to defense buffs, Moldy Camelot won't do jack to me, so let's do it this way. Alright, we'll go with a quick Brave Chain, see if we can't get ourselves some stars for this. Luckily, Rulers are annoying to fight because they resist almost everything, but in this case, it's not nearly as bad. Because, yeah. Berserkers are good against everything, including rulers. Come on, hit Tamcat. Darn you. HP loss. Let's do it this way. Oh, almost took him out.
なる
よーしそこ狙うからね
Alright, this will take them out both. Excellent. I can use this to... Alright, I'll use this to avoid the stun afterward.
よかろ
And this should take them out.
というわけで皆殺しだ
There we go. Alright, Sherlock is done. We just need to finish off Musashi. Oh, if she survives. Guess she didn't.
何か踏んでしまったかな
Excellent. That worked out rather well, I think. Musashi Holmes. What's going on? My body's moving on its own. No, that's not it. Not even cutting my consciousness off from my corrupted mind is enough to retake control of my body. I can't stop fighting. My urge to kill is growing on its own. This is some kind of mental attack that makes allies kill each other. You'd think a god of all things wouldn't resort to such cruel and underhanded measures. If it wasn't obvious by now, yeah. Despite being the goddess of love, Aphrodite has no love for others whatsoever. Gotta get out of here if my urge ends up consuming my entire consciousness. I won't be able to stop myself. Ah! Stop singing in my head. Musashi disappeared. Where'd she go? Ash, look out. She's doing the nothing personnel kid. No, her neck's wide open. I can't hold myself back. Ugh. Heinous, you shielded Mash. Don't be stupid. I just couldn't have your own ally taking you punks out. Nobody kills you but me, and don't you forget it. Aphrodite's authorities are all pain in the ass, but it ain't so bad. Can't let my guard down for a second with a opponent like this, and that keeps her damn song at bay. Magnificent, you have done a tremendous job fending off Venus's fearsome onslaught. I can see you're holding yourself back considerably. Luckily, just catches Musashi's blade with your bare hands. What do you think you're doing? Stay out of our way. If Musashi had truly been serious, the strike would have sent both your arm and the shield maiden's head flying. Surely you of all warriors can understand that. I shall take it from here. My palm may now be slashed to ribbons, but this is a fair price to pay for depriving her of one of her swords. Though I'm unsure how effective taking one of her swords would be one she has four. Thank you, Caligula. Neither Musashi nor Holmes are able to use their full power, thus we have opportunities to counter them. Take Musashi, in her peak condition, I would never be able to keep pace with her peak swordplay, but with her body and mind opposed, I need but observe her and find any number of openings. Are you sure? In my case, I'm not sure I can stand much longer. Do not fall to your knees. Remember what I said. You of all people must never let your knees touch the ground. You're an inspiration to me, Shield Maiden. As one dedicated solely to the shield, you must be a descent to the great hero who stood firm even against vast armies. You are the sort of soldier Mars, our guardian, and those you bestowed protection upon we'd be proud of. Mars, that's Ares. Right. There, alas, the time is right. I've continually resisted the goddess's song, so my power will surely reach her. Mash, I was going to buy me a small amount of time, which would prepare my noble phantasm. Right. You got it. Oh, what? Senpai? Who's singing? Hey, what's wrong with... Master? Caligula, wait, Senpai. Mash? A Senpai. Dang, feels like a lot happening in a short period of time, that's for sure. I mean, they just casually threw a beast enemy at us. What? Is this France? Where am I? You look like you're race shift sick. Did you get enough sleep last night? You don't look like you're race shift sick. What? You didn't get enough sleep last night? You're tired, go back to sleep. But if you have a reason to be up, stay up. Are you listening to me? It's Paxty. Fine, just don't say I didn't warn you. Something wrong, Paxty. Oh, good morning, Mr. Alex. See for yourself what's wrong with him. I don't know what's going on. Maybe something he shouldn't have. Maybe he heard some weird song somewhere. Song? Yeah, do they have songs where you came from? Oh yes, we had 7 of them. There were 4 about the envoys, 3 about the giants. The second envoy one was always my favorite. But never mind that now. What are we going to do about him? Should we help him lie down and give him some medicine? Maybe we ought to take him to a doctor. No matter what we do around here, who might know something about medicine? Now who do we know who might know something about medicine? Oh, I got it. Hey Ash, over here. Don't forget the horse. Good morning. Oh, hi mister. What's wrong? Does your tummy hurt? Horse. Someone just called me a horse? Well, Lubu's frame is as broad and gallant as any noble steed, and I'm none other than Lubu. Regardless, I do have an obligation to let you and your father ride my back this morning air, Lady Asha. Now, if you wouldn't mind, please get up on my back. Oh, but what about Mr. Here, I think there's something wrong with him. Oh, now that you mention it, he does seem pale. Right, he does, doesn't he? What should we do? I'll see what we can do. It looks like he's hearing the song. I had a feeling that was it. What song? Crap, I'm one of those demons from SMT that speaks in capital and lowercase letters. You know. Your vitals and physical exam I'll check out. Man, you're in incredible shape, you know that? But it looks like to me you're pushing yourself too hard. I can observe your vitals and physical stats all day long, but from things like the brainwave measurements, pulse rate, blood pressure, the problem is I can't actually take a peek into your mind. Hey. You kind of instinctively know what you need to pass these tests, don't you? I guess no surprise you've done this so many times, but just because you can doesn't mean you should. Listen. You're not here to make us happy by getting full marks on your tests. All you need to do is be honest and let yourself fail the test if you can't easily pass. It's for your own good. If you fail, there's no one who could take your place. And that is true. There's a lot resting on your shoulders, and no one can take up what you can't carry. I understand that, but if nothing else, you can at least let us worry about help where you can. I can hear a song. Oh, right. There you go. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Thank you for telling me. You're right. You're hearing a song right now. It's a divine melody heard in your soul and not your ears. The song has seized your cerebral cortex and limbic system, so your mind could fall apart at any time. Now we need to find you a doctor. Engineer. Talking about those two. Man, when did they get so close? Makes me feel like I'm back in college, even high school. Makes me not forget I'm actually at an advanced research institution. Oh, but don't get me wrong. I mean it all in a good way. My job may be kind of dull when I see young people like that who are still full of potential. Well, it just gets me right in the feels, you know? And again, I don't mean that in a weird way. I think it's because I've got a much younger sister back home. I just get all misty-eyed whenever I see them. Wait, speak of the devil. Alright, I'm heading back to work. Don't tell if I said anything. I mean it. Oh, good morning, Senpai. Good morning, Alex. Racial compatible person. That's Ophelia. Are you okay? You don't look so hot. Did you go outside the base or something? She's right, Senpai. You look very looks like something's very wrong with you. Is that bad? Yes, this isn't what Senpai's usually like at all. I think he's in serious danger. We need to get him to the doctor immediately. Doctor. Yes, doctor. Ophelia, could you cast a sedative spell on him? Sure, do not move. If you're tired, go back to sleep. But if you have a reason to be up, stay up. Are you listening to me? It's looping now. Fine, I'm gonna say I didn't warn you. Something wrong, Paxty? Oh, good morning. See for yourself. Yeah, it's looping. Never mind that. Where are we going about now? Should we help him lie down? Or is this some sort of trick where I actually do need to skip it, or is it actually going to be important? Yeah, is this a trick? Am I going to keep looping until I remember to hit skip? sing together? No, Alex. Can't hear the goddess's song, only you can. Hurry, it will be long before a song sees... Okay, so if I don't mention the song... A song is a song of love. It twists your very soul. It can even send 1,000 armies to destinies. Okay, so yeah, I have to keep repeating until I select the song each time. For mental corruption, the force of those who hear it to kill everything they hold dear, using that sings of love and affection. You already know what's going on, don't you? I'm not telling anything you don't already know. You've heard this all before. You've on this state. You need to wake up and hurry. You're in a especially precarious state now that you've touched the barrel. You mustn't stay here long. You need to wake up. If you don't, you'll end up killing Mash. Oh crap, that's right. We have command seals, and servants are forced to compelled to obey them. Wait, Director. Director, whatever is you talking about? I'm the reputable inspector of the clock tower sent here, well, to inspect the place. Really, Sion, you must do a better job of training your employees. Then where's the director? How should I know where your director is? Wait, does this mean he's been dismissed from his post? Really? You're going to say you dismissed no less figure than an ex-lord from his post. So what kind of messed up organization am I inspecting here? No, this can't be right. In fact, now that I'm taking a closer look, I can see he's deathly pale. It can't be in his right mind. Oh wow, you are right. This is not good at all. He clearly needs immediate medical attention. Doctor, I'm sorry to bother you. Break this is an emergency. Romani. I hear singing. That's right. He erased himself from his existence, so I can't see or remember him. Must have been dreaming. I saw people who couldn't be there, and I hear singing. What incredibly poor taste. I see. If love and beauty are worth, and the god of both controls worth itself. I suppose I should have expected such an ancient machine to come out swinging. It certainly seems to have worked. Though really, when it comes to humans, intelligent life forms with minds that constantly seek fellow souls with fine connections, I can see why an attack of this manner would be so effective. It's Dante's. Ah, so damn noisy. My flames can't easily handle a fair amount of corruption, but this is too much. So, a god, huh? One that came right out of the gate as a ruler of minds. And this god is a machine that's been around since ancient. Ha, what a joke. This big hunk of floating metal. A broken down music box happened to learn a few new tricks. Listen to me, this is very important. Remember the black barrel, remember the command spell ammunition. No matter what kind of transcendent destructive light you may touch, your soul is yours alone. But in this dream, there are people here who shouldn't be. They're right here. Still want to talk to them. Still want to be with all of them. And stop. Forget everything I just told you and just stop. I'm not thrilled about it, but as always, the choice is yours. Yes, I can't stop now. No, I suppose not. I still haven't found an answer that I can be proud of. I see. Now that is so like you. That's so like you. And open your eyes, my accomplice. Open your eyes and extend your hand to the sky. As the Roman Emperor says, there's nothing beyond your reach. Nothing. If you wish, you may give yourself over to the ancient goddess's song and fall to the curse, letting yourself be overwhelmed, and then snap your beloved flower clean in two. Or you may continue to rebel down to your very last brain cell. Let loose a battle cry. Stretch your hand towards the one you love. To be human is to wish, to want, to struggle, or to harbor immense desires. If this decrepit bucket of bolts calling herself a god would try to stop you, then simply kill her. For I know you. I know you can make it happen. Senpai. Senpai. Ash, is this Olympus? Yes, that's right, we're in the East District. Rashashi and Holmes are okay. After you collapsed Caligula, fortunately, my noble phantasm, Latulicus Diana, was able to temporarily counteract Venus's mental attack. I may not be able to use it multiple times in succession, but fortunately I do not have to. Blavatsky's predictions are right on the mark. The twins have already accomplished their ultimate objective. All that remains now is to bring the floating goddess of beauty down from the sky. Damn straight, we pulled off what we came here for. Thank you, Caligula. Noble Phantasm was just what we need to fight Aphrodite. We knew who power control minds, but your Noble Phantasm uses Artemis's authority to affect minds as well. They effectively cancel each other out. Fascinating. At any rate, my apologies for attacking you all. Same here. Sorry, and thank you, Canis and Caligula. I was looking forward to cutting you in half. I guess I'll have to wait. Right now, the important thing is the Emperor's Noble Phantasm got rid of that weird singing voice. Now's our chance to smack down that overgrown pelvis on wings. Indeed, we cannot let this opportunity pass us by. Master. It's time to strike back, but how are we going to reach her without a spell or mystic code for flight? Leave that to us, we have just the thing. Aphrodite appears to be hovering at a fairly significant height. She's apt to shoot us down well before we can reach her with an airwalk. Exactly, which is why we're going to use this to take the skies. Connecting Prometheus, Bestia's transmission network. There, linking spaces and transmitting matter now. Prepare for instantaneous expansion. Everyone stand back a bit, the space is about to be twisted off. Oh, the space around us to start warping? I initially assumed this to be... Interesting, I initially assumed this to be some amount of large-scale spatial manipulation, but it seems to be more akin to a high-speed matter transport. Or perhaps teleportation. Come forth, step... This is our aircraft, Stymphalides Blackwing. It's the Alliance's one and only ultrasonic mobile fighter. Edison, Tesla, and Helena built it themselves. Aphrodite's air-to-ground tech cover too much area, so we can't straight for Icarus style. Instead, we're going to use Stymphalides to send you up even higher. I see, so we'll be looking down on the goddess from above. Very insolent. However, I think insolence suits me now. I will go and face them on high. Who will accompany? Oh, you better believe I'm coming too. You better make up for attacking. I better make up for attacking you guys. I'll come too. I'll come too. I can scarcely. You'd be able to look myself in the mirror until I've made proper amends. Oh no, you don't come along too. Besides, this god's got healing authority to keep her safe, right? Then you're gonna need me and my spear to dismantle it. Besides, I'm sick and tired of holding down the damn fort. Me and Aphrodite got plenty of unfinished business of our own too. I'm gonna smack her out of the sky. Alright, can I ask you two to handle the controls then? Of course, don't worry, I spent over 200 hours mastering this craft. You won't find a better pilot anywhere. Everyone get on, we're gonna take off no less than 5 seconds. Initiating Invalidates. This is flight preparations. Unfurling beam sail. Releasing safeties. Artificial gravity systems are green. Igniting reactor. Fire up the engine. All flight preparations complete. Curious? Here we go. Hang on tight. This is faster than anything I expected, and it looks like Miss Kyrlite. Right, Senpai, you need to put on a mystic code so you can breathe. What about you, Mash? Thank you, Senpai, but I'm fine thanks to my connection to Ortonax. Alright, here we go, Senpai. Mystic breathing. This breathing code should supply with oxygen as long as you wear it. Yeah, you're all wheel weak, and yet he still didn't think twice about coming along with us. Pretty impressive, don't you? Oh, for shits. If that's true, that makes Jason a badass, too. Well, I guess he kind of was in his own way. Alright, we're about to break through the clouds. I don't think she's noticed us yet, but she will. Whoa, y'all finally made it to the sky, huh? Guess that means it's time for Operation God Destroyer second phase. It's my turn to help out. I mean, you have another 7-link spirit cannon of sort? Very sharp one. That's right. Though this might not be as flashy as that was. We're all dead, kaput. Ain't a single one of us left. But we did our best to leave everything behind we could. The cannon, the Great Summoning Circle plan, Caligula, and me, I left you a giant golden surprise. Might not pack enough punch to take down a god in one blow, but still one of my cool favorites. Now it's time for the Alliance and Chaldea to use however you like. Assassin, interesting. I actually think I can handle this one. I do want a Merlin all the same, however. Oh no. Oh, not that one. Update list. Where's a Merlin? A Merlin. Where are you, Merlin? This is very annoying. That's a Merlin. And I do know precisely someone who can help us. Alright, I'm gonna give this a go. I think I can do it without any command seals, but this is gonna be a big one. But since I have a Grailed NP5 caster, I should be in good shape. And she's actually Technically not as strong as Caster Shuten, but, well, before Grayling, but she has an arts chain, and if I can spend... Weep in remorse, humans. Stray yourselves before me. Know that I hear every one of your anguished screams. Worry not. By tomorrow, your pain will all be gone. The residents, until I kill every last one of the Chaldeans, you'll have to continue killing each other a while longer. I'm afraid the plan is to wing it. At this point, it's the most effective tactic we can employ for Operation God Destroyer. Mysteris, you just really want to roll the dice on this. Unfortunately, there is no accurate way to measure the enemy's firepower, so we have little choice but to try and find an opening we can exploit. Fortunately, we do now have a number of methods for us to fight back, so I'm certain we'll find a way to bring Aphrodite down. If I need command seals, I'll gladly just wait, but... Here we go. She's seen us and she's sending spiritual attack our way. Caligula, why are you operating the canopy? This is my stage. It's only right that I stand proudly upon it. Closing the canopy back up. Caligula's standing right on top of it and his magic energy is spiking. Aphrodite's spiritual attack is about to hit us. Hurrah! Lux. Let's Diana. That's Caligula's noble phantasm. He's still able to neutralize the mental corruption, but the enemy's bound to come at us even harder now. We'll need to send and evade her attack so we can get a position to strike back. Karios, hold on tight. Caligula, grab the canopy and don't let go. Here we go. Let's do this. Let's go, Master. I see you, tiny ones. How dare you humans brazenly use wings to reach me? How dare you defy our god with your puny organic bodies? Hurrah! Diana! So Venus, exquisite goddess of beauty, ancestor of my grandmother Sylvia in proper human history, a man called Aeneas was the son of Prince Jesus of Troy, a man you once loved yourself, and Aeneas himself was my grandmother Sylvia's father. That means your love is directly responsible for the birth of Rome itself. As you come from this Lostbelt, you surely know not those names, but I will never forget the debt Rome owes you. Though you may now be a goddess of love who utterly lacks the emotion over which she holds sway, we shall never forget our love for you. So now is the time for Rome to part ways with your Lostbelt self. Behold, this is humanity's yearning, given form. Come, Rider. A samurai? Golden! Oh yeah! What? What are you? On that day, in interstellar mountain city Olympus' eastern district, countless people turned their gaze skyward. Though the goddess of beauty's spiritual attack had nearly destroyed the minds and souls of nearly 80% of the Olympian residents, they still looked to the sky. There they saw a titanic suit of armor grab hold of the sneering mechanical monstrosity floating above them. They were reminded instantly of one thing. Ares, the god of war who defied Zeus's rule thousands of years ago, choosing instead to coexist with humanity. Now this giant humanoid figure has taken up his cause and fights back against the horrid beast of metal. This new guardian of humanity stands against the god's rule. Senpai, giant humanoid structures arrived. And has attached itself to Aphrodite. And there's something about it that seems to evoke Japan's Heian period. Our emergency test of the God Destroyer summoning circle's success, virtually releasing Kentoki's noble phantasm data. It worked. It's a virtual summon that uses the Great Summoning Circle. It may not be Operation God Destroyer's key figure, but still going to be a huge help in the fight against machine gods. We all risked our lives here in Olympus. The Great Summoning Circle is meant to call on a grand servant VIP take on Zeus himself, but first we thought we'd put through its paces with a little noble phantasm data. And here's something special we whipped up by mixing part of my Reed Kentogi's Spirit Core as the strongest of the Heian period. This was Boss Raikun, or Four Heavenly King's favorite set of armor. This is the same that took down the great Tsuchigumo of the Katayama Rendai Field, the Golden Huge Bear, the Great Noble Phantasm, Setsu Armor Kumano. Impudent machine! You're one to talk, Jacka. Alright, Boss of Chaldea, a few heroic spirits. Let's go all out for this one. Full golden power, hold nothing back. This god is going down. Alright. Looks like we get to finally take out Aphrodite. And I have just enough raw attack from casters to do this. It's a bit annoying because casters have the true mechanical god advent. Aphrodite. Going up against a god with such a small build. Are you serious? Challenge Aphrodite, the goddess of beauty and love. Do you really understand what that means for you? Aphrodite, I have to be careful. I haven't heard too much on her, so she's probably not as rough as Aphrodite. Increases damage to surrounds the power of the star. It should be fine since I believe Sheba is Earth. Alright, we're gonna go with the... Because I'm a full arts team, I should be able to spam all these as soon as possible. Also, since she has a saber deck instead of a usual triple arts, she should be able to do some good regular damage as well. Ooh, that's a little loud. Authority of Beauty. Are you kidding me? Well, that's a little annoying. I think I should be able to break her bar with this. There we go. Human. Oh, balls. Lovely. I can't win if that's the case. However, did she only target the person in the front area? If so, I might be able to handle this. Why is it such a pain in the rear to find a Merlin? Oh, wait, I needed to readjust the... It doesn't matter. We'll see in a moment how viable this is. I think you would think she only targets a person in front, but I'll be finding out very shortly. Alright, Aphrodite. Is there really no button to skip this? Are you serious?
つまんない昆虫だな。他にやることないの？
繁盛繁盛。やっちゃいまーす。おめんこのなおめ
Here
ん
we go. Brave Chain.
は
If she only focuses down Queen Sheba, I'll go ahead and swap her position
こ
in
の
the...
質の底に秘された大火
Because that's honestly the only real major issue I have.
逃しませんよ。
Are you kidding me?
ソウルリラクゼーション。
Okay, so she can choose whoever she feels like.
狂気なさい。愛は支配です。お買いだもったいないですね。は
そうだ。
我が権能をここに。
NP
ソウル
ceiling.
リラクゼーション。愛は支配です。漁師の隅々私のものよ。
悪い。
Theoretically, I should be fine.
お望みのままに。
As long as she doesn't have an ability that charges her own NP like Damn Eater did, I'm in good shape. Oh, that charges it, doesn't it?
権能をここに。美は支配です。美は支配です。
What's this debuff here? Removal chance down. A chance when... oh. How balls. Balls, I tell you. Merlin, use your thing, please.
夢のように。君の道行きを信じよう。さあ、行きなさい。
お買いこの謎をお解きやお買い得です。
Alright, I should theoretically be able to do some good damage to this. Yeah. Okay, never mind. Yeah, we're in good shape.
この唐筒の底に秘された大火さは汝を測り見定める戒めとなる。フリーエニグマズ。何かしら。
Alright, all of our abilities or stats are down, and this should finish off the break bar.
よいしょ
Stunned. No effect. Stunned.
ソウルリラクゼーショ
Organic
ン。
creatures just started working right.
コードパンデモス入力確認適正
Code
知性体を
Postal
確
Intelligence
認
verified.
量子情報
Commence
戦闘
Spiritron Information
開
Battle.
始マインドハックに敬礼。バラバラにしてあげる。愛は支配です。歓喜なさい。
I have to try and remove it. It's gonna fail. It might fail. Okay, it didn't fail. Good.
願いまして。
Alright, this is a bit of a risk, but I'd like to try it.
この辺りいじった方がいいんじゃないか。
If I can get a crit on these, she will instantly get her NP.
お買い得です。
Luckily, Aphrodite's not doing too much as far as actual damage is concerned, but her attack is up, which means she absolutely will if I don't take this seriously.
ガーデン・オブ・アバロン。
それ。
Excellent. Here we go. Anyone but Sheba. Anyone. Oh, you son of a.
ここに美は支配です。愛は支配です。
君
こともできる。
いいとも。
なんだと？
Alright, let's do this way. At least they're still casters, they can still do some damage.
そうです。
ソウルリラクゼーション。狂気なさい。
Don't kill Sheba, don't! Oh, you s- This is what I get for not using. I need to save Gate of Sky for next turn, but I should be able... Theoretically, I should be fine, but this is really frustrating.
何？
我が権能をここに。美は支配で。お前たちの苦痛。
Alright.
にはしない。
Damn it, I don't have it in time. Protect Merlin.
内熱衝撃板装填します。内熱衝撃板装填します。
Sucks, we're gonna lose Scotty, but we don't have a
以前の
choice.
ようにはいきません。前に、はい。
Alright.
神明
Mold Camelot.
凍結展開。これは多くの道。多くの願いを受けた幻想の
If she had hit absolutely anyone except for Sheba, this would already be over. That said, I can definitely say she's nowhere near as frustrating as Demeter.
バーニャ突撃します。こんなに確実に。コードパンデモス入力確認適正地生態を確認量子情報戦闘開始マインドハック無形
Oh dang, I didn't expect Sky to survive that.
量子の隅々私のものよお前たちの苦痛無駄にはしない。
お望みのまま。
Alright.
いいとも。
Oh, thank you for the follow, Kurori.
星の宇宙。
Yeah.
物見の
I play just about anything on this channel, so feel free to stop by anytime something catches your eye.
ガーデンオブアバロ
Alright, here we go.
そうですどうぞでは本気を出す
ソウルリラクゼーション量子の隅々私の
Of course she gets a crit, why wouldn't she?
支配で
Black Bullet.
パラドクサルビクタセット
Hero Creation. This should finish it.
お任せ夢のような
Yeah,
ささやか
here we go. Battle's over. Got her. No, it can't be.
嘘よ
Slash
嘘嘘嘘
God, defeated by
人な
mere
どに
humans.
私が神が状況終
Yeah,
了
Aphrodite is significantly was definitely way easier than Demeter. Granted, it also helps I've got quite a few good caster damage dealers, which is pretty good because most free-to-play players don't get too many of those. There we go. How? How dare you touch my skin? How could mere humans damage it? Your power is nothing compared to mine. Let go of me. No way. Now that I got a hold of you, I ain't never letting go. Hey, little Greek goddess, just got one question for you. Ever hear about the Kintaro of Mount Ashigara? He had a supernatural strength. We're talking hyper golden here. When it came to sumo, not even the toughest bear could beat him because he was invulnerable, baby. Giga Golden Spark. What? Lightning? Ah, golden. Now I'm not done yet. Get ready. See, I was only just born from bright and red steel, made from a tiny bit of Kentucky spirit core and a special great noble phantasm. I'm basically a big old newborn baby, and you know what that means? Of course, the natural longevity conceptual weapon will barely hurt you at all. Got it. Now fire at will, Chaldea boss. Will do. Senpai. It's okay, you don't have to worry about me. Let's end this. Right. Emergency barrel replica connection complete. Firing position is clear. Releasing paradox effector. Beginning countdown. There, I brought the ship as close to Aphrodite as I can get. You're all good to go. Opening canopy now. Initiating accomplishments measure. Ascertaining Aphrodite's life scale. 1,002, 3. There, it stopped at 3,800. Beginning black barrel transformation. Preparing to burn the dead counter into the gun barrel. Connection in place. I've measured Aphrodite's destiny. Now I'll use the dead counter to turn it from speculation to reality. Bunker bolt is at its limit. Gun barrel fully stabilized. Immediate synchronization with black barrel replica complete. Ortonax synchronization at 50%. 60, 70, 80. Master, please load the command spell. Loading command spell into the Spiritron chamber. Command spell confirmed. Spiritron is at critical mass. Selecting explosive round firing mode. Barrel replica full trance. Preparing to fire. Do it. And I do not care that they reused that animation. I love it. It looks amazing. Farewell, Aphrodite. Here we go. We've taken down one of the second of the three gods of Olympus. I can see the sky. Demeter, poor Demeter, is this what you saw at your end as well? I can feel my body falling apart, just like hers. I feel myself dying, just like she did. At last, I'll finally get to die. How ironic, the last thing I see will be the starry sky. I lost what love I had long ago. I feel nothing as I look up at the starry sky, even these final moments. Still, now that I think of it, Caligula, that proper human history heroic spirit, the little moon girl cared for, said something interesting. Apparently, I was the ancestor of the founders of a place that became Rome and loved a man by the name of Anchises. Who is that? Where is that? I have no idea. How could I, having lived in this long Lostbelt all my life? The only one I ever loved was Hephaestus. I've never even heard of those other things. Still, sounds like my proper human history's self's love managed to outlive her. That is so beautiful. Aphrodite, please tell me. What do you want now? You really are foreign, aren't you? Let me guess, did you do the same with Demeter? Aphrodite, goddess of love and beauty. Now that you know you're about to disappear, do you have any regrets? Of course not. Why would I? I'm Aphrodite, a cold, heartless machine. I'm a device for controlling others, a Spiritron information warfare fighter, an intelligent life form guidance vessel. I'm not as kind as Demeter was, so I won't be giving you the kind of answer you want. But you may watch and see as how a goddess meets her end, if you like. And to see what remains. After a life of control and arrogance. Hephaestus, I Great Orbital Shrine, Olympia, Dodona. I imagine they're not taking the news well. Hanging Perimeter Gardens. Europa. Picking flowers, are we? Yes. I thought it was the least I could do. To honor our fallen goddesses, Lady Demeter and Aphrodite. I see. I was wondering what you were up to. That's very kind of you. Why, you seem much more affectionate than any of the other goddesses here, Queen Europa. You are correct. I only seem that way, Pepe. You're a perceptive one, aren't you? But the truth is, I'm crueler than anyone else here. Might as well grab this while I'm here. Let's see, I've been going about 3 hours, so this might be a good time to call it. Alright, well thank you for watching, hope you had a good time. I saved these VODs for as long as Twitch allows, or if you'd rather see some of my older content, there's a link to my YouTube and my About page. Alright, thank you, and I'll see you next time.